We
So
will
let's turn
slay
in this
them all
quest.
again.
Oh shit. I pushed the cock key as my skull key.
You can change that in the setup.
Darnell is huge!
Yeah, he's a big guy. I just noticed that too. He's like way bigger than us.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn off this key binding. Give me a second.
I was looking for a way to set it to always, the mic always be open, but I couldn't figure it out. I'm gonna look at.
To do what? Like, set the... Oh, I guess we could just set it to open mic, yeah. Okay, do I just have open mic now? Can you hear me? Because if I turned off open or push talk key. No, I don't seem to have an open mic, so
Yeah, I can't easily figure out how to do it because if you turn off your push to talk key, then your mic's just closed always. Just set your push to talk key to something else for now. We'll figure it out later. I'll look it up.
I'll keep. Well, the push to talk key is in a very comfortable location. I'm just gonna change my skull. I don't think I need to be making skulls this easily. I'm not tanking.
No, you don't. You don't need to do that. I'll figure it out later though.
Oh, there we go.
This is gonna be fun without using heirlooms or any gold. It'll be fun getting upgrades and dungeons and stuff again.
Yeah, it should be nice.
You ready to follow this huge Darnell guy?
Sure, why not? This is probably going to be the first character that I don't
Just got-
strip in years, because we're doing it on stream. Speaking of which, greetings mortals, and welcome to this. And now some time for something completely different. If we were Torin, I would totally strip.
Oh, I need to turn on auto loot. Oh my goodness.
I know, right? I don't know why that
There
doesn't
we
just
go.
save across characters. I was just thinking
Yeah.
about that. At some point, I need to make an orc, because the new orc models look really good. Like, it used to be that both the male and the female model were just terrible, and now they actually both look really good.
Speak quickly.
Did you want to play orcs instead?
No. Can you make an orc priest?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't have an. I didn't mean right now. I just meant in general. I keep meaning to make an orc at some point.
Slaughter a bunch of zombies and talk to some people.
Interesting. So they seem to. You know, I think we should try Steam Chat again because this is annoying having to push the top key. Because I'm like trying to hit 2 and my tilde button at the same
Yeah, I
time.
understand. Let's try it out one more time. I'm logging off. If it fails, we'll come back in.
Sounds good. Ring, 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 ring. I'm in a phone. Say something again? No.
Hello?
Nope, not working. Okay, so we're moving back into Dent. Do I have Mumble? Alright, so let's see here. You know I trust you all, but I'm not gonna show some random person's Steam or Mumble server to you here. Let's see, where's Mumble? Totally have things. Do I have Mumble even? Oh, I have Mumble. Okay, so once we get a few technical issues out of the way, this will be what? And I'm going to talk to Valdred Moray.
What is it?
Don't you remember? You died! These aren't my hands! These are someone else's hands. I suppose this is my fate then. I fated to die. So.
Connected. Server connection rejected, invalid username. Connected. Server connection rejected, invalid username. Connected.
Apparently I can't have a space in my username. So let's see. Let's do voice activity. How about that? I can hear your furious typing. What? And this isn't working. So where's my audio input? Show me what device it's using. Alright, can you hear me now?
Mark.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm just sending a quick message to the guy in the channel here, Morgan. He's the owner. I'm just letting him know that we're here. This
Okay.
is a friend of. He's a friend of my real life friends who owns the server, so I'm just letting him know we're here and he can kick us out if he wants to. But Tom said there's no problem.
Okay. Sounds good. I can hear your every type.
If it's too sensitive, let me know.
I think it's
can,
probably
like,
too sensitive because I can hear you typing, yeah.
What about my breathing? Like, can you hear my breathing?
No.
Then it's fine, because I'm not going to be typing this much. I have a really loud keyboard. Like this keyboard they got
Yeah.
for my birthday. It's totally badass, but it's loud.
Yeah, it's funny because when I type out here, like when I'm doing writing or something, Kaz says that it sounds like I'm very, very angry. Like if she's in the other room, she can actually hear me typing while she's sleeping because it's just so damn loud.
All right, we're good to go. So you have to go turn into Death Guard's cell.
Yeah, I've just been killing things.
Just
Okay.
been slaughtering everything.
I don't know who this guy is. I'm not paying any attention. I'm 38% of the way to level 3.
Well,
And you are.
100 EXP? That's amazing!
Hello.
Wow, this guy only gives 60 XP. Wow. Terrible quest. Oh god, Daryl's following me again. I know his name's Darnell, but I'm gonna call him Daryl because it fits him better. Can you put the loot on
What now?
free for all?
free for all set. As
Most
soon as we got
excellent.
quests, ready to go.
This had better be good.
This had better be good.
I'm listening.
Are you really though?
Not at all. Alright, gather some corpses
Scarlet
and kill some
corpse.
Death Knell Scourge. Easy money.
But why would we want to kill people? Don't we want to just be
What?
peaceful and nice?
Oh, lame. That one doesn't share. That's stupid.
You'd think it would, because this is like one of the new quests,
I hope
right?
there's not a lot of quests like that. I thought they fixed that sort of thing a long time ago.
You know, a lot of things we thought were
we'll find
fixed.
out.
You know, in the expansion after Legion, I'm sure that Arthas will come back.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Illidan's coming back again.
so is it the Illidan from the alternate timeline or something?
Dude, I lost track. I did not follow anything this expansion. I'm not even lying to you. I'm not exaggerating. I have no idea what was going on this whole expansion. I'm not even lying. I'm not exaggerating. It went over my head. I just did not follow it.
You know, once they start bringing alternate time streams into things, I don't think that there's necessarily any reason to follow. You know what I mean? It's like,
That's what I was thinking.
at that point, you can pretty much just do whatever you want to do, and there's no real reason to try and like break your head over what's going on. I think it was poor form to have the same boss twice in a row. Or did he just get killed? Did Garrosh get killed in this at some point?
I think he got like redeemed.
He
I
got-
seem to remember his quest line and like yeah, they gave him some nice, like some redemption.
How could you
like,
possibly redeem that character?
That's what I'm saying.
There's
He's a total asshole. I hated him. It was great. That was a great thing they did with him. But then they made him all. They brought him back and like, ugh.
Look at
It was not-
I'm all foo-foo. That's terrible.
It's okay to have
A
characters,
bad
like,
guy.
big players that people hate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's okay to do that.
Okay, so
I just need to find one more corpse and I'm ready to go.
I
Sorry, this
might
quest
be
doesn't share, so it's
incredibly
stupid.
dumb. Oh, there they are. There we go.
Woo, level 3.
I have Shadow Word Pain now, by the way, so we can start just pulling entire worlds.
Excellent.
I do not, however. You have been disconnected from BattleNet. Okay.
I should reconnect you.
I do not have that other thing though. whatever it's called.
Other thing.
Power Word Shield.
Oh, that's okay. It'll kill him if
I
you
don't,
shoot you.
I don't have a heal.
Just kite him a little bit.
That's funny. I don't actually have a healing spell. I'm a priest at level 3 and no heal. So I get Power Word Shield. Oh, actually, why is this on? This is not where this belongs. Okay, so Cannibalize. We don't need one more bar right now. This can be what? Shift Center Click? Yeah, that's good. Oh, I need to show Lillian her reflection. I didn't realize. Okay, let's go ahead and
Yeah, I gotta do that too.
show the Undead Abomination that she is, in fact, an Undead Abomination. They killed off Lillian, didn't they? These bastards.
I think so, yeah.
Like, doesn't she die off in, like, Skullomance or something?
Ugh, that quest shares, of course. They're not the ones that matter.
Hey man, showing someone their reflection is super hard. I don't understand. I can't be undead. Not me. Not now.
I successfully practiced charge. Woo!
Good job.
I haven't got all day. Gosh, no one.
I'm a real warrior now.
Because you can charge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start massacring this
You're going
village.
to be way more powerful than me, yeah, with just chain casting.
Shift Center Click is a terrible thing for spamming. I might need to swap this to something else. World of Warcraft. So beautiful. You should come look at this pile of corpses I'm creating.
Are you already doing the scavenger pond dust?
Oh no. I'm just,
Oh, okay.
you know, I get distracted.
No, that's fine. I was just making sure we're on the same page.
I'm massacring the quest mobs from the previous quest. Okay, now I have whatever that is. Yes, the damned. That's the quest we're on. Gotcha.
This might take a little bit. We gotta each loot 8 things.
Yeah, but it should share. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna punch you in the face.
The loot quests don't share. I'm pretty sure they don't.
They usually do, yes. Because usually multiple people can pick up that same quest item.
I hope so.
You know, these things are level 4. Wait, what just healed me? Oh my god! My dots... I forgot about that undead, thinger. Okay, well, I finished the quest, so come loot this.
So did I. Nice, they do share. Woo!
Oh man, I love Shadow Word Pain.
Shadow
I'm
Word.
kind of getting used to this, but I don't know what I'm gonna do here. It's not optimal.
What's not optimal?
My key binding for Shadow Word Pain.
Just move it to number 1. I don't know.
Number 1? I can't
It's-
move then.
It's so funny. I'm so warrior ingrained that every move I get, I know exactly where it goes.
Yeah.
Up to level 100. I'm not even kidding you. It's ingrained in my DNA.
The thing is that I have all of my like heals bound already in my head,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know where Shadow Word Pain fits into this. That's the problem. Is Shadow Word
Just
Pain,
a running death machine. Look at you.
and I went the wrong way.
It's okay. I'll just follow your wake of dead spiders.
Just the Shadow Word Pain kills them in one like blast, right? Like it's just an automatic "you're gonna die" spell.
That's awesome.
You know, now that things are so much easier to kill, I actually do follow your pattern of butchering everything on screen. You remember when I used to just like only complete what was absolutely necessary for the quest and not kill anything else? And I was always
Now you're
so underleveled. And I was always like, I don't understand how you level so much faster than me, Bob. And then you just tell me, look, you need to kill things, and I say, that's bullshit. That's some bullshit. Look how much experience the quests give, and you're telling me to kill random things that I don't need to. This is some bullcrap. Whee! I think we should kill the boss. Does the
I'm
boss
with ya.
exist? No, boss doesn't exist. So this is what instances are going to be like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not quite. Okay, well, I'm heading back to the entrance because the boss isn't here. You know, I don't think these are... Okay, they are. Yeah, fine. Wow, look at the pile of corpses in this room. This is ridiculous. Oh no, we can't leave these two. These two have to die as well. But yeah, the dot that I have actually, because we're undead or whatever. So our undead Touch of the Grave passive is ridiculously good at this level because it heals for 25. So as long as I just keep finding new things to apply Shadow Word Pain to, I'm just gonna keep healing. So we need to hit level 4 before we turn in this quest, I think. We're not going to hit level 4 before we turn in
5,
this
you mean?
quest. Whatever.
We're already level 4.
You know, don't you judge my lack of understanding of what level I am. I haven't seen the 4 appear. No, wait. Yeah, I haven't seen the number appear in like 2 levels because I've been in combat continuously. Why am I going this way? This isn't even where the quest tournament is.
That's okay, I'll just sell some of this shit I looted.
Wait, you're looting?
I am. We're not using any gold or heirlooms. I'm gonna get as much gold as I can.
Okay, how about I murder everything and you loot everything?
That sounds good. I'll be the pack rat.
Oh
I'll be the
man.
mule.
It's better than me doing it. You don't even want me looting, right? Oh man. Hey, I have power. Someone cast
Yeah,
Power Word Shield
pretty
on me.
much.
Since when can you do that?
Ooh.
Someone just cast
Probably
Power Word
last
Shield
week.
on me. No, I
The
think it
level
was this.
7?
No, it was this undead
Level
priest.
7 that ran by us?
Now, the thing is that Power Word Shield used to be a party-only buff because it also applies a debuff that prevents you from having a cast on you. So, as an anti-trolling measure, it was... Okay, so things just got worse because now I have the ability to shield myself, which means that literally nothing can touch me.
You're the tank, the damage dealer, the puller. I'm just along for the ride right now.
You are along. No, you're the looter. You have a very important job here.
Love it. That's great.
This game, weapon DPS doesn't translate into spell damage still, right?
I don't know that. I can't
I
tell you
don't.
for sure.
I don't think it does. That would be really silly.
Ooh, I got a new two-hander.
I guess I can check. This will do 78. It will still do 78. Okay, good to know. What am I thinking? It's not like I'm going to equip anything anyway. Because unless it's green, I'm not equipping it. Should I take my normal green restriction and up it all the way to blues? Like it has to actually be like
Restriction.
well, basically I typically don't actually take anything that isn't at least. You know, I realized that I don't actually have a heal. So maybe I shouldn't pull the in.
Oh, you'll regen fast.
True. Let's do it. What the hell are the
You're
rot
fine.
brains? We're not fighting the Crusaders anymore? What the hell?
You slaughtered all the rot brains.
No, the Crusaders aren't here anymore. This used to be the Scarlet Crusade.
I know. Now it's just undead.
Oh, I finished this quest. Is there a loot quest here? Aren't we supposed to loot the captain dude?
Nope. You just have to kill him.
Oh,
Marshall Redpath slain. We did it.
isn't
They
Marshall
changed-
Redpath
They,
the
they
same
changed
guy?
this stuff a long time ago.
Okay, well, the assault is complete.
They've streamlined the hell out of these quests. There's nothing like that. It's just go here, kill some things, loot some things, go here. We didn't miss anything.
Okay. I know we don't miss anything because you're the looter, so you're in charge of figuring out when there's quest items. Oh man, it's so nice having the ability to just focus on throwing my dots out. The only sad thing is that I'm as Disc. I mean, Shadow Word Pain isn't going to be the
Well, you
optimal.
can play damage at level 15 if you want to. That's okay.
No, I want to. I want to be DPSing as Disc. It's just that the Shadow Word Pain isn't like your typical ability. You usually use like Holy Fire and like Smite and stuff for damage. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know what a disc rotation looks like, so what the hell am I doing? I'm just talking out of my ass. Talon King Ashcore. Oh, so basically what I usually do when I'm playing at low level is that I strip my character and then I'll only equip stuff when I get stuff that I think is worthy of being equipped. So I'll only
Okay.
equip magic items that give me stats that I want. So it's interesting when I'm playing on like a monk. I actually live streamed a monk tanking session where I was tanking as a naked monk. I was doing dead mines at level 15 with a naked monk. And my group was very irritated with me. But the funny thing was that it actually was working really well. I was holding aggro and I was able to tank despite the fact that the healer refused to heal me. So,
Awesome.
but basically because you can do the dodge roll move, I was actually able to just kite everything and basically do like a melee kite, so to speak, where I'd go in to hit them with a keg smash periodically. And like it was one of those things where it wouldn't have been difficult to heal me. But it would have been substantially more difficult than it is to heal someone who doesn't require healing, because at low level you don't need healing anymore in dungeons, unfortunately. Like the difficulty of the dungeons has just gone down south so far that like if I cast a power word shield on you every 15 seconds, there's no way you're going to take enough damage to go get taken out.
Yep.
Though, you know, I say that, but oh my god, I just looted shit.
That's my job. What are you doing?
I'm taking your job from you.
Alright, getting all these quests. Gotta go capture. Oh, the Biofilm. We gotta take off our weapons for this one. Stupid quest. Actually, your Shadow Word Pain will probably be able to do it for us.
You think?
Yeah.
But Shadow Word Pain is enough
Dude,
damage to kill it.
I leveled up an Undead Hunter. You freaking can't have a it was hard to do, and people that do this quest like later on, like high level to do their lore master,
Yeah,
they have a hard time with that quest.
I would
They have
imagine.
to do they have to find like all these tricks to not kill the thing too early, because even their hand to hand will punch it to death.
Yeah, we don't have non-lethal damage.
Good thing we're doing this at low level.
Indeed.
Just looting some pumpkins and killing some farm hands.
But that's my job.
Hey, I'll be able to do some damage in like 40 levels, okay? Compared to you.
I think you can probably do fine damage now. The only issue is that you can't pull as
No,
well as me.
It's your speed, exactly.
Like, it's all about getting the mobs to your face.
Yep.
Maybe if Charge had 40-yard range and was on a
And,
3-second
5
cooldown,
Yeah, right.
that would help. Then again, that would probably only work if you had Rend. Because dots are OP at this level. Since they do more damage per click than, you know, a nuke or something.
Yeah, just set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. Oh good, I've got 2 pumpkins right here. Do we actually have to kill these people? We have no reason to be killing these warriors.
We need to kill 10 of them. You don't have the quest?
Huh? 10 of the farmers,
Sure,
yeah.
you.
I need 10 farmers, not warriors.
Okay.
Hey, I found a scarlet letter. Come here.
Ooh.
Apparently I've been branded as an adulterer.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, so now we can find the Scarlet Prisoner.
Excellent.
Are we...
Doing my job
Wait.
again, Ark.
I have a question. Do we need to go turn this farm... You know what, fuck it, we'll just do the Scarlet Prisoner and then we'll come back if we have to kill the warriors next.
I seem to recall there's a lot of running around in this zone.
I like how you've done all of these quests, but you probably haven't done them on a low level character, you've done them on a max level character.
No, I did all these as an undead hunter like 5 months ago.
Ah.
I don't remember them very well, but I remember running around a lot.
Wait, you played as a hunter? Did you miss me that badly?
Apparently, but if it's any consolation, I gave up after level 30. I'm like, this class totally sucks. I'm doing a warrior now.
If it's any consolation.
I just didn't enjoy the style of play. I just did not like it.
Yeah, I love hunters. The only issue is that, like, I feel like classes, the more input you have to put in, the quicker, the worse your latency impacts you. And my latency is like 300 perpetually because I'm in Singapore. So I just kind of feel like I'm not going to be able to compete with dealing damage at all.
I was full BOA gear hunter, right? And I was kicking ass, but tanks still beat me in dungeons, and that's why I want to play a tank, because it's like that all the way to level 100.
Oh
Even
yeah.
at 100 with best in slot gear, I'm still the top DPS as a prot warrior.
Oh yes.
Not counting
Woo!
elite players who
I
know
suck.
what they're doing. But prot warrior, it's just perfect for my style of play, and it spoiled me, and I'll never play a different class.
It makes sense. It's hard to play something that isn't a warrior because
It's fun because with my gear, I can literally do my fun like mythic dungeons and only take 650 eye level players. Still get through it. I can carry them through it. I couldn't do that as a super DPS. You need to have a tank and a healer.
Yep. You just
That's
want to
the
be
kind
the
of-
entire
that's the
group.
kind of game I like to play. I like that. Yeah, I like to carry a group on my shoulders, my mighty shoulders.
Your mighty elven shoulders.
Yeah, and I've heard good things about Prot Warriors and Legion so far too. I'm excited. This game did Warrior right. What? Oh. She's salty.
Well, she grew up as like the pawn of some psycho I really wish that you could drag items from the quest window to put them on a hotkey. Because you can click on them from there,
You can click on them, yeah, but you can't hotkey them. You're right.
which is some bullcrap. I'm gonna just smite these guys to grab this thing.
Oh crap! I missed some farmers back there. I'm gonna go back and kill them really quick.
Yeah, I do
Need-
too.
Oh, you need some too.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, you.
I will wait for you before I kill these farmhands.
This random mage just prevented me from completing this quest.
Really?
Yeah, because he
You do that
blasts.
one first. I'll come back to you. I suppose that makes more sense.
Yeah, because we can grab the other thing on the way back. I'm sure that my thing is gonna proc. Yep. Oh well, I got a crit. How are you supposed to get these things to like 20% life?
You have to punch them. You have to take off your weapons, no spells. I'm not kidding. It's hard even when you're low level.
I gotcha. I got your ass. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Okay, well I did not get the capture part of the quest. I have to do it myself too.
See, you forget how like ridiculously weak the smite spell is. Like it hits for 20 damage, okay? It's not like I'm gonna be killing things fast with smite.
Alright, I'm gonna try to punch this guy in the head a couple times.
There are a lot of people on this server. Holy crap. When I was playing the other day,
Touch of the damned almost killed him.
I know, it's
Just
crazy.
punching him in the face. I got him. No, I'm coming back.
Well, get here soon, because otherwise all the farmers will be dead.
Coming.
Did you get credit for that?
Nope.
Well, then you're a noob. You're a damn noob.
I'm the Talon King noob.
Yeah, the king of the noobs. Let's see. So, how many do you need?
Just 4 more.
Okay, so you need all of the ones that I just murdered. Getcha. Okay, I need to. The Pilgrim is a like completely ridiculous title for this character. Assistant Professor makes perfect sense. We're doing that. Okay. Do you remember Sortira?
Yes.
Good. I'm actually surprised you remember Sortira. She's a relatively minor character in the book.
She was in the book. I remember reading. I got my farmers.
Okay, good. Let's go. So how long does this last? I don't see a debuff on this thing that has a duration.
It'll just follow you forever, man. Don't turn the quest in. You have a permanent captured Vilefin puddle jumper.
Remember the Furbolg thing?
Yes, I freaking had that. I don't know what I did wrong, but I didn't have it anymore.
Oh, they might have removed the quest from the game and removed the thing with it. Like they might have removed it from the item files, so you can't have it anymore.
That might be what happened. But yeah, I remember reading about that, and I never lost that item because
Yeah.
of that fact. You could always have it.
When I was on the new server doing the PvP leveling, where I was in a PvP guild, we all got the Furbolg suits, and we would all run around in battlegrounds in the Furbolg suits, and we would make fun of each other when we lost them because you could deal damage with the Furbolg suit on, but as soon as you took damage, as soon as somebody actually hit you in return, you would lose it. So I was playing as a holy priest, so whenever I got hit, I would complain to everyone else. And that never actually happened, but we can pretend it did. Have you ever noticed that I'm a horrible liar? I just like make shit up as I go along.
I do that all the time too.
Whenever I'm telling a story, I just lie. I am a bad person. But that's okay. We're at level 6. I'm a level 6 horrible person. I-
Woot.
I love how your name is Ashgore now.
Spitting for an undead or a Tauren.
It's fitting for you that you always use not only the same class but the same name.
I fear change, man.
Apparently. It's awesome. It's so funny because I'm like the alt king.
Than my two-hander.
Nice. So like I'm always using an alt, and you are never using alts, and when you do make an alt, it's the same damn thing again. But yeah, you only used like a hunter because you were trying to do. What were you trying to do with the hunter? Was it? Were you trying to like complete certain areas for the lore master thing or something? But you
Oh,
did
no,
lore master on your main.
I had Lore Master like 5 years ago.
I know. I was wondering if you were recompleting it or something.
No, I just wanted to try out a new class, and like every other attempt at doing that, it failed horribly.
Apparently. I remember how much you just despised paladins. Like, when you played the paladin class, that was like a particularly because you were doing like tanking on it at some point.
Oh,
But you were
thinking on Paladin was terrible. It's so much different than Warrior. Just the intrinsic feel of it. I can't explain it to you.
Yeah, I know. I've done both. Obviously.
I hated it. You just feel like I don't know how to explain it. You just feel like you have to do certain things. You don't have any movement. You just feel stuck in certain situations. Warrior, you don't have that. You're like Batman. You have a million abilities to do anything you need to do.
Warriors are like
it,
Batman. That's awesome. Did you see the new like Batman v Superman movie?
I have not seen that yet, so if you've seen it, don't spoil it.
I'm not going to. I was wondering whether you've seen it because I don't know anyone who's seen it, which is strange actually, considering that it's a big box office movie. But so I don't know anyone who's seen it. And what's I find interesting is that like the critic reviews for it are all horrendously bad.
Yep,
But
it's like super popular in the box office.
Well, not just that, but like, cause like sometimes people go see movies and then they're like, "Oh my god, that was terrible." But like, if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you can see the audience reviews. The audience reviews are fine. It's got like 70% positive
Dude,
reviews from the
Rotten
audience.
Tomatoes is stupid as hell. Rotten Tomatoes has given so many negative, like super negative reviews. These super critics, and then I've seen the movie and loved the movie.
Well, the thing that's nice about the Rotten Tomatoes.
47 Ronin. I saw that movie in the theaters with my sister and Veronica. I loved that movie. I thought that was great fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Then
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it like 12%, and I read these critics just totally trashing the film, and I'm like, they're not me. They don't have the same taste as I do.
Give me a second. I'm gonna. So. What is it? 47 Ronin?
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves. I love that movie. Maybe I have bad taste in movies, but I thought that movie was great. Great fun. I totally enjoyed it.
Well, see, the key is that when you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you can never look at just the critic rating. You have to look at both the critic and the audience. That's the advantage of Rotten Tomatoes over the other things. 47 Ronin, by the way, does not have good reviews from the audience either. But
I'm just an idiot then, but I liked that movie. I thought it was great.
Well, you just have different tastes than the general populace. But like because there's been several movies that we've watched where like we didn't agree with either the critics or the audience, where we thought the movie was actually very good and it had like terrible reviews overall. But the thing that I like about Rotten Tomatoes as opposed to other things is the fact that you can look at the audience reviews. And generally speaking, if a movie has terrible reviews from critics and amazing reviews from the audience, or even just good reviews from the audience, it's probably a movie that a layman will like perfectly fine, and which has some, component to it that you know, the foo-foo artsy people who are in the industry, just it just makes them want to like puke.
Right.
It's actually kind of like, you know how playing Torchlight is really frustrating because it's so badly designed? Like the quest the class balance is weird, you can't respec, there's like a lot of really weird stuff
I
in
was
it.
watching your video, by the way, and you can respec. There's a little program you have to download.
Well,
It's
yes,
not
you can.
cheating.
Well, here's the thing: if you respec with the console,
Your
if you
character does not get flagged as a cheater if you use that program.
yes, but that's look, your character doesn't get flagged as a cheater if you use a bot in WoW either.
That's true, but I'm telling you,
Like,
you're not a cheater if you just respec your points. You're not gaining any additional points. You're just changing.
yes,
what you did
but what I'm
before.
saying is that that's a fundamental
Morally,
flaw
there's
within the
nothing
system
wrong.
itself.
I agree. I didn't like that either.
It's like, but as far as the developers are concerned, if you respec, you are a cheater because you can respec with the console in game and it flags you as a cheater. There's an in-game mechanic to actually respec your character, and if you use it, you are flagged as a cheater. So
What? I
yes,
didn't know about that.
yeah, it's
I played the hell out of that game. I must have missed that.
it's a console thing. Basically, I just looked it up, but nobody uses the console command because it'll get you flagged as a cheater.
Right. Well, you shouldn't be a cheater just respecing your points. That's stupid. They did a bad job with the last three things you did with system. That's stupid as hell.
It is. It would be fine with certain types of games, but the fact that you're putting 15 points into any given ability before you can comment on its relative worth, right? Makes it, and the fact that you don't have access to all of your skills at the beginning, so you're basically having to just store up points to get the ones that you actually want.
Yeah.
It's a very strange system. I am not finding any of Zavrin's Thorn. I
only
found
found
one.
2, and there's not many out here.
This
They
place
just
is
all wait for
terrible.
respawns.
World of Warcraft is a terribly designed game, and we should throw it
I
off a
know.
cliff.
Let's do it.
But it's interesting, right? Like I've played a lot of games that like are sort of popular in the sense that a lot of stupid teenagers are playing it, and I know this because I have friends who are stupid teenagers. And I found it. There's a fucking ton of it over here.
I got mine. I just need marrow petals now.
All right. So, but I've played these games, and it's like this game could only be fun for you if you haven't played a well-designed version of the same thing, right? And it's interesting because because of playing World of Warcraft and having to just like get so deeply invested into like class balance and stuff like that, and just gameplay balance, and you know, how do you make a quest and not have it suck? How do you make a tank and not have them suck? There was a game that I was playing recently where, first of all, the tank class is not available at the start, but in addition, you have to like unlock it through gameplay, which was bullshit. But then in addition to that, I hit for 2 damage with my staff, so I'm gonna stop hitting people with my stick. And in addition to not being unlocked at the start, which was bullshit, there was also the fact that the tank class moved slower, had a slower movement speed than the other classes. The tank,
Really?
yes, moved slower. It is
faster.
the funny thing is that the game has the ability to sort of like customize your characters. Like basically your gear you can do all sorts of stuff with. And so every single build for that character involves dumping piles and piles and piles of movement speed on him because he's unplayable without movement speed.
That's bad.
So it was really just one of those things where it's like this game is terribly designed. Like, why would you do that? So anyway, it's like, because like his other stats should have been appropriate to the point where he can actually be played without needing to be high enough level to dump a bunch of points into your movement speed. Because it's unplayable if you're a tank and you
What game are
can't.
talking about?
Warframe. Warframe. I played
Yeah,
Warframe.
I've never heard of it.
It's it's a first-person shooter MMO kind of. It's like an FPS MMO, and
Okay.
it's a free-to-play game. And for a while, like all of my like young friends were playing it, and it was like, how do you people play this? And it's like, oh yeah, like how do you play this? Like, have you never played a tank? What's a tank?
God.
Okay, gotcha. That's how you can tolerate it. But when it comes to like movies and stuff like that, that was a long tirade. Anyway, when it comes to movies and stuff like that, we are basically my idiot teenage friends who don't know what we're looking at, and so we can enjoy things that the critics
Good.
legitimately can't.
I'd prefer it that way.
It's ignorance is bliss, man. Ignorance
Taking
is bliss.
apart a movie and just nitpicking all these I don't even know the words that they use. They talk about lighting and the
I love this.
frames and the dialogue. I don't give a shit about that. If I enjoy the movie, I enjoy the movie. So I don't even care about Rotten Tomatoes. It means nothing to me.
But no, what I'm saying is on Rotten Tomatoes, you can't look on just Google. You have to actually click on the website so that you can see what the audience says. Because then you just see, oh, okay, so the audience thinks that it's good or bad. But if you look at like Metacritic or any of those other kinds of things, it only shows you critics.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see what the audience had to say about it. So I found it to be reasonably accurate when it comes if you just do a little bit of interpretation.
Those critics that are super uppity, they're
Super
fucking
uppity.
bullshit because there's people on Rotten Tomatoes that have reviewed like big movies. One of them gives a movie an 87% on the tomato meter, and one of them gives it a 12%. They're just like you and me. They just have their own opinions. They're not anything special or different.
No, there's nothing special about critics. Media critics are not unique snowflakes.
That's the way they try to make it, though. They try to make it so that their word matters more because they're movie professionals. Bullshit. You just have the same subjective opinion that we all have.
Yeah.
Good for you. You can have your opinion, but it doesn't mean anything. It's your opinion.
The point of reviews is to get an aggregate of many people's opinions so you have an idea of what your opinion might be.
Critics, if they can vary from 100 to 0, it doesn't matter.
No. I don't look at any of the individual reviews because it would be a waste of time. I just look at the aggregate review. And if you don't have hundreds of reviews, then it's completely pointless. And even then, I mean, you have to also take, personal taste into account as well. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, these guys, the world at large hates this movie, so clearly I'm going to hate it, because a lot of movies are really hit or miss with people, and some movies that are mostly miss, where most people just despise them, can be really, like, solid hits for, like, an individual just because of their personal tastes.
Maybe I'm just like a positive person. Like whenever I spend $12 on a movie and I'm just gonna enjoy it no matter what. I'll find what's fun about it. That's what I am, and that's cool with me. That way I never waste money.
I very rarely run into movies that like I think I've wasted my money on. I've seen movies that I thought were not very good, but most of them I can sort of enjoy. The only ones that I can't enjoy are the ones that are really dull. In addition to being, I think that mediocre movies are actually worse than bad movies.
I've seen some movies that are total crap, like on Netflix, and I've watched them with Veronica, but I still had a good time, like pointing out how much crap they are. It's been fun.
That's the thing.
I've enjoyed it.
That's why a mediocre movie is less fun than a bad movie, because with a bad movie, you can just watch it and have fun with just how bad this is. With a mediocre movie, you kind of sit there thinking, okay, I mean, it hasn't done anything offensive yet, but Like, I can't point out anything in particular that's wrong with it. It's just kind of exists. What are we doing? We're
We have
looking
to
for
get
weed.
Gloomweed. Are you on that channel? Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Don't die. I'll be right back. I'm gonna AFK a sec.
Don't die.
I know that you need me right now because you're not an indestructible.
Not at all. I'm not indestructible at all. I can die very quickly.
You can tank at least 38 mobs before you go down. You're not.
You know what's funny?
Indestructible.
I just had a crit and a proc and dropped a Greater Duskbat down to 27% life with the initial application of Shadow Word Pain.
Jeez. It takes me 3 heroic strikes to do that with my gear.
Yeah, but you also
Way
have
to
auto
go.
attacks.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Sad. Spellcasters tend to be very good before you can actually equip proper weaponry, because the way that the damage is calculated, spellcasters have basically a higher baseline to function from than melee characters do. And yes, now I'm directly addressing the stream, not the guy who's AFK. So, particularly early on, where like damage values are so out of line with enemy HP values, it's really good to be a caster. Let's see here. It's Talon King Ashcore. Here, I'm gonna bring these things over to his face. Stand right in front of him. And then they'll die.
Still recharging.
And then I'll leave them for him to loot.
I'm back.
I brought you friends to loot.
No. What a nice present.
I'm like a cat. Like bringing the corpses of my slain, prey.
Cleo did that for us a couple of times back in our old apartment. It was great.
It was great.
She brought a couple dead birds. They do that. They kill an animal and just lay it out in your porch because they're trying to pay you back for feeding them. It's
That's
true.
no.
They've proven it.
They're giving you that because they think that you're incompetent and don't know how to hunt.
I'd believe that too.
That is a normal behavior that cats do with their offspring. It's like, here, you don't know how to hunt, so have a rat.
I'm just running around looking for Gloomweed. I'm almost done.
I have bad news for you. I cannot actually just Shadow Word Pain stuff and run away.
It doesn't kill them all the way yet?
Well, it does, but if I run away, then it doesn't kill them quickly enough before they
Don't worry, I'll have Ren soon. We'll be alright.
I just can't wait for you to have Thunderclap.
Alright, I'm turning this in.
Oh, right, yeah.
Thunderclap is
We're not-
level... I don't know. Until I have to pick a spec, I think, before it shows me.
Oh, is Thunderclaps only on
I'm guessing
certain specs?
you get Thunderclap as arms as well, but it doesn't show it until you pick your spec, and then it gives you a specific level.
Do you get it as Fury?
But I don't know. I don't think Fury gets it.
Yeah, so that's
I
why.
could be wrong, but I don't think so.
There we go.
Because I remember I was playing around with Fury a month or two
There's a
ago, I
quest
don't
here.
remember coming.
Also, I just had to loot like half a dozen corpses, man. You're...
I can't do my job right anymore.
what?
I don't.
Hell?
I'm just looking
Oh,
for
there it is.
meaning in my undead life.
Looking for meaning. Your meaning in life is to be a pack mule.
Don't worry, I'll be your meat shield in like 10 levels.
I am looking forward to level 15 and just like spamming dungeons. I think that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna roll through them. I don't need BOA gear to kick ass. Trust that.
Yeah, You know, RFC is really hard to solo as a level 14 priest with no BOAs.
Did you already turn in Gordo's task?
No.
Or are you never mind, that's the next area.
Yeah, that's all the way to the east. Okay, I'm gonna pull some Ravager corpses, and you can...
We need to kill some rotting deads.
Yep, I've got 4 of them right here, so you can go ahead and loot them.
Okay, I just got one. There you go, Ash.
Oh man. Well, just wait until we're in the instances and I'm basically just there to act as a cheerleader. Like, the game will say, you need to have a healer in the party, but you don't actually need any healing because you just have fucking Victory Rush.
But it'll get to the point where you can just do damage and just speed things up.
That will be what it starts at. I'm pretty sure that from the very beginning, I'm mostly just going to be using Shadow or Power Word Shield.
No, I'll need heals. I don't have BOA gear. I won't be as OP as I'm used to.
Yeah,
I
but
got my claws already.
80% of the people we're playing with will have BOA gear and be two-shotting the enemies.
That's not. I don't know about that, man. Because a lot of the people in BOAs at 15 won't have any AOE abilities. They'll have decent single target, but it won't matter when we have 8 mobs on me.
True.
Thunderclap will still do most of the damage. I bet on it.
Well, do you have a damage meter?
I do.
Good. Then we shall find out. I also don't have any understanding of modern priest AoE. I have never had a high enough level priest since vanilla. Like, I remember when we got Holy Nova, and so for me,
dude,
Holy
we
Nova
should experiment.
is...
Like, if we make it up to like 30 or 40, we should see if you can just queue as a healer, but be a DPS with whatever healing spells you have, and then just damage, and we'll see if we can survive. Because I've just been tanking a lot of this with my Night Elf Pot Warrior, and I don't need a healer. I just don't.
Yeah, I would imagine that you probably won't need too much healing.
I can two-shot them with Revenges and Execute, and Victory Rush the rest of the way.
I think we can do this. I mean, the thing is that if monk tanks can tank before level 30, you're not going to need any heals.
But I don't have BOA gear, so I don't know for sure.
Like, one of the things that's crazy is, like, you know how I was tanking as a monk, and I was basically naked?
Yep.
So the key there is, so I'm doing some monk tanking. I'm naked. Monks don't have like any mitigation abilities at all. They have no damage mitigation until like level 30 something. They don't have any mitigation, either active mitigation or passive mitigation until then. They have the ability to delay damage, delay a relatively small amount of damage, right? Starting out, but they are really trashy tanks at the start because they don't get any of their tanking abilities. Because all of the tanking abilities rely on a passive that you get at like level 30 something that activates all of the ability set. Like,
right.
none of the abilities work.
For a while either, though.
No, you get shield block immediately, and you're wearing mail with a shield. Like, just the shield means that you're going to take like 30% less damage than a monk is. Just from that. Okay, it might not be that much mitigation. I don't remember how much mitigation the shield is. Like, not just the block mechanic, I'm just talking about the pure armor. Alright. I think that I'm going to turn in this Bat Handler quest. Are we going to do the Supplying Brill quest?
Give me 1 second. I'll turn this last one in.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, do we want to do it? I guess we might as well. We can fight Undercity.
Might as well.
Doesn't involve murdering things, but... Any quest that doesn't involve murdering things does not get my seal of approval, I'm sorry. But we'll do it anyway. Hello. I have a friend who's been staying over the entire weekend because he's been kicked out of his house.
Oh, okay.
has not been kicked out of his house. Well, technically, it's one of those things where if you tell the truth in a certain way, it makes it sound much worse than it actually is. But his family is basically putting someone up in his room for the next couple of days. So he doesn't have a place to sleep. Well, he does now. He just stayed an extra night. It was a weekend thing. So anyway, now that I have thoroughly embarrassed Mesh, where is... Oh my god, it's a spiritual porcupine! It's a spectral porcupine as a pet.
I have that, I think.
How do you have that? You're not a hunter.
I have a cool porcupine battle pet.
Okay,
That
it's not a
sounds like
it's not a
that.
battle pet. It's
Oh, that's boring then.
it's boring. I mean, it is a battle pet in the sense that it is a hunter pet, and they use it in combat.
You lost me already. I'm already not paying attention.
Wait, how would it... Oh, she's level 100. Based off of this equipment, does this character not look like they're level 15 at most? I know, right? This character... Oh my god. There's a blood elf here who is like almost completely naked, and she's level 100. And I'm sure that it's level 100 gear that she's wearing, but it does not look like it. It does not cover much.
Okay, he probably transmogrified it.
Yep. Sundered. Yep, that's definitely transmog. I was reading a thing recently. I don't know why. I was in like the general forums of WoW, and there was this like giant petition to get more sexy equipment because all of the characters wear far too much clothing in World of Warcraft.
Isn't there a petition for the exact opposite of that somewhere?
I would hope so. But the thing is that look,
You
there's
can't-
plenty
you
of gear in
can't have a bra on. You
there's
just
plenty
have
of
to put
gear in the
armor.
game where you have chainmail bikini. I don't know what more you want from your World of Warcraft character, but like seriously, I am disturbed. But so there's plenty of that you can transmog to. I don't actually know if the inverse exists. Like, I don't know if there's any gear that a female blood elf can wear that doesn't look like she's wearing a chainmail bikini. I don't actually know. Maybe there is. So I think that we should definitely have gear that you can transmog for both, things, because sometimes you want to be covered head to toe in full plate armor, and sometimes you want to make a Tauren and strip them, so you have this like silly little like Tarzan style loincloth, which is awesome. And I tend to prefer that to scale with level. Like the higher level I am, the better my gear is, the more clothed that I become. We have reached level 8.
We are gaining in power.
We are... I still have my Murloc leash that I don't actually own on my hotkeys. Let's get rid of that. Wait, did I just... Oh my god, I can cast Power Word Shield on NPCs.
Yeah,
It's... Look, I haven't played a priest
it's a big deal.
in like a decade. So all of this stuff is new and magical to me. This real killer guy, I just put a Power Word Shield on him. That is weird. So basically, Power Word Shield has a debuff that it puts on you in addition to the buff. The debuff prevents other people from putting the same... It basically blocks the buff from being put on twice within 15 seconds. Because it has the debuff component, in order to prevent people from trolling each other by using, say, a rank 1 Power Word Shield to block Power Word Shield on people, you can't cast it on someone unless you're in their party. But they've removed that. It's now castable on anyone I damn well please, and it's amazing. And you're wearing a hat. How did you get that hat?
Male. I'm wearing it because it doesn't have any armor. It's no benefit. It just makes you look like a badass captain.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how much I agree with this statement that it doesn't give you any benefit, but
It doesn't. Look at the. I'll link it to you.
look, you look like you've got.
It's a
Look.
transmog item.
You're the Talon King, and now you have a crown, which
I'm also the Talon King of the captains of the pirates.
I'm not sure that you earned the fleet commander's hat.
Dude, you're just jelly.
I guess I'll just have to satisfy myself with Shadow Word Pain. Could you imagine if warriors had the equivalent? They could just, like, rend people from 40 yards?
That'd be awesome.
It would be. God, do you remember when rend was just horrifically bad?
Yes.
Like, back in
I've
Vanilla
played
WoW?
since day one, dude.
I know you have. I'm just asking if you remember. Like, oh my god.
I remember warriors were so bad that every single upgrade and expansion and patch they got marginally better. I was there for all of it.
Do you remember my my melee hunter build?
I held aggro in Molten Core and Blackwing Lair with Sunder Armor, which didn't do any damage.
Or aggro, really. Like, it didn't generate threat either.
Yeah, you had to do like 5 Sunders before you'd call for the raid to do damage.
And then they still had to hold back.
Yes. I was there for that. I've been here since day one.
I remember. I know that. I'm just, I just sometimes I wonder whether everyone remembers the specific ridiculousnesses.
The day they made the patch where Ren was good, and then like years later you could pass Ren with Thunderclap, it was like I felt like a god.
Oh yeah, that was really, really crazy.
That was like one of the real like points where warriors felt good.
Yes. Are we?
Because before that, you had to tab target everything, and you had to keep track of aggro on everything. You had to have an aggro add-on.
Yeah,
And
people
I was
don't
good
use
at
threat
that.
meters
I was good at
anymore, do they?
I was good at multi-managing, like what targets I'm hitting and what I have aggro on what. That's why I was good at tanking. But now the game is just set it and forget it. You can focus on being better at other things like DPS.
Indeed. And well, you also now have active mitigation, which you didn't have back then. Like, active mitigation is what you're meant to be doing now, not managing like threat meters. So for a while, threat was like just ridiculously simple, and you didn't have anything difficult that you were doing, right? Like, there was no real active mitigation. So for a while there, they made tanking like really kind of way too easy. And then they started implementing these active mitigation measures where it's like you have to constantly be, making sure that you're not getting hit in the face for 1 million damage, which I think is really good. I like that they have added those active mitigation abilities to everybody.
Me too.
I really miss shield block, though.
Before that, though, the game was a threat game.
No, what I mean is
All it was.
there was an in-between period where threat had become trivial, but there was no active mitigation really yet. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
It was like maybe like a few months or like maybe a year or something during one of the expansions. Like maybe like either right before Mist of Pandaria released or like immediately after or something. I remember it was like the monks got the super, like, the monks basically gave Blizzard the idea of, hey, there's this active mitigation thing you can do where you have tanks actively prevent damage from coming in and are doing stuff. Anyway. How are you doing, Mesh? No. Food is for the weak. I will not be eating dinner as my first meal, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I have plenty of time for lunch. Okay, I'm gonna pull everybody in here, and then we're gonna kill them.
I'm ready.
Okay, are you ready to loot?
Yes, I'll do my one job.
Oh man.
Hey, we got an Erland Scarjet memorandum. There it is. Loot that stuff.
Do you remember how?
Tower leading to nowhere.
Do you remember how at the beginning of the game, like, the EXP was scaled in such a way that, like, despite the fact that it took forever to complete quests with 2 people, if you were doing the normal quest chain, you would eventually just get so underleveled from the fact that you're splitting the experience. Remember how we were like 4 levels below our quests?
Yes.
And we were like, why is this game so hard?
I remember distinctly, like, we had like a strategy where I would just hamstring mobs and you would have aggro.
Yes.
And you'd be kiting them and I'd be whacking them in the back.
Oh
They
god.
were so high level.
It was painful.
It just took forever. But it was fun though.
Oh yeah.
I'm not back talking it. I had a great time.
It was fun in a painful manner. Much in the way that Arc mode is very fun for me.
It was a great time. Do you remember storming the stronghold south of us? I don't remember the name of it.
The Null Stronghold.
Silverpine Forest, or Silverpine Forest, the island around the lake. I don't remember what the name of it was. You remember fighting there?
Oh yeah. That is permanently ingrained in my head.
Working our way into the Citadel, it took forever.
It was like
fun.
playing
I died
EverQuest.
so much.
I mean, it really was. Like, that was like an EverQuest dungeon. It really was, because, like, every pull was...
That was when they had elite mobs all over the place, and you could not do elite mobs without, like, a party of 3 or 4 easily.
Yeah, they had the werewolf,
And we were just 2
area.
people, just kiting them and, like, using every ability we had in our arsenal and still just barely surviving.
Okay, which one are you
Still
talking
dying
about?
all the time.
Are you talking about the werewolves, or are you talking about the island? Because the island is gnolls, and those were not elite. That was just
I'm
us
talking
being
about
really
the actual-
underleveled.
The castle itself. I'm pretty sure that was werewolves inside there.
No. There's a village in the south end of Silverpine, and that was full of werewolves. The gnolls...
I distinctly recall, like, humanoids in the castle, in
Well,
the island.
gnolls are humanoids.
No, not gnolls. They weren't gnolls. Maybe I'm just mixing up a memory here.
You know, I really wish I was live streaming then, because then we could look back at the records.
Yeah, I might be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I remember really well.
I remember doing the village with you, and I also remember doing the gnolls. And the gnolls were harder because we were actually appropriately leveled for the gnolls. Oh my god, do you remember the asshole Sons of Aragol?
Yes. Those fuckers.
God, they weren't even elite, right? They were just like level 25.
They were the bane of our existence.
They were terrible. Because basically, the Sons of Aragol, it's like a level 10 to 20 zone. And the Sons of Aragol, they are elite.
Way over.
They are elite. So the Sons of Aragol are elites, but they're level 25 elites, and you are like level 10 when you first encounter them. And you cannot hurt them because you're 15 levels below them, which means that you have an arbitrary mystic mechanic that means that your accuracy is something like 10%. And so you can't hurt them. And they basically, if they find, and also because they're so high level, their aggro radius was ridiculously high. Like, they'd aggro you from across town. Do they still have the, like, level-based aggro range modifier?
I don't think so.
Okay, because basically it used to be that like enemies that were higher level than you would aggro on you from a higher level, or sorry, from further away, which meant that if you were trying to be a low level character and be sneaky and try to sneak your way through a high level zone, no, because every enemy is as soon as they're in visual range, they're going to be charging toward you because it's like, ooh, I'm a level 50 mob and that's a level 3 idiot. I'm going to go charge him now. A level 3 idiot has appeared. Would you like to eat it? God, the Sons of Aragorn, though. Because the Sons of Aragorn were actually in Aragorn's dungeon. They were in Shadowfang Keep.
Yep.
But they were only at the very end. And remember, Shadowfang Keep started as a level 20 dungeon, but the enemies in the back of the dungeon were level 27. I think Aragorn himself was like level 28 or something like that. So it was this dungeon where you would go in and everything's fine, but then the deeper you got into the dungeon, the higher level the enemies would get, and you'd start getting just crushed.
Were you with me the first time we ever finished that?
Yes. We had a
Do you
video of
remember-
it.
We had a video. I was wearing a green iron helmet. Do you remember that?
I don't remember what your helmet was, but I mean,
distinctly remember that. And I remember when we killed him, it was like so epic because it was hard.
it was like our first successful raid as a guild. Except it was only 5 of us.
There was a video. That guy, I can't remember that guy's name for the life of me, but that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
Found ya. Stupid infiltrators.
There we go. Oh, there's another one.
I was level 27 when we first finished that dungeon.
Because we had gone in there many times and never been able to finish it.
All the time. It was hard.
And he turns your tank into an enemy. He did that back then too, right? Like, I think I had to like fear you off of us or something. I don't even remember. But he himself just spams like spells. So it doesn't matter who's tanking it, right? Because you just have to make sure that the healer is healing whoever's like taking the damage. God, that was rough. This game was very difficult back in the old days.
It was, and it was a lot of fun.
Much easier, yeah. Well, except for the high-end raiding scene. The high-end raiding scene was not as difficult because you had 40 players in a raid. So the key difficulty back in the day,
managing that many people.
yeah, it was just about managing
was
40
so
people
much
and making sure
drama
that
and
nobody makes one incredibly stupid bonehead maneuver mistake. Well, no, because that was. But sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Leroy. That video was staged, though. It was very obviously staged.
Richie has a picture on my old desktop in his house of him waving at him in a AV.
Of Leroy waving to Richie or Richie waving to Leroy?
They both waved at each other.
Oh, nice. That's great.
The original Leroy,
Does
Pals for Life.
Does Leroy still play?
No, I don't think so.
That's so sad.
But I don't know what he's doing nowadays. I know that he got, after all that whole ordeal and the video released, later on he got like a big contract as being a Blizzard like commentator. I don't know if he kept doing that.
Well, as long as he's got his fried chicken.
At least I got chicken.
Yeah. Damn straight.
Can you get me a number crunch on that? I'm coming up with 66. What do you say?
I don't even remember, like 66, percent repeating of like
Repeating, of course.
0.6 repeating, of course. Chance
Alright,
of
well,
dying horribly.
She like sighs. Alright, well that sounds good enough for me. All right, chums up. Let's do this, Leroy.
That was beautiful.
Damn it, Leroy, you are such an idiot. At least I have chicken.
Life is good. And I have been informed that Leroy is still culturally relevant by my youthful friends.
He's a legend.
Like even non-World of Warcraft players know Leroy Jenkins, which is interesting.
Anytime you do anything recklessly in whatever job you're doing, it's called a Leroy.
Really?
Yes, I've heard that before from people that aren't gamers. They just heard from it from their gamer friends like me. Or
Like,
you.
like, do people in your line of work use that?
A few people in my line of work have.
That is amazing.
They're old gamers though.
I didn't. It just didn't occur to me that Leroy would become a verb.
It is a verb, yes. Like anytime you do something stupid. Hey, I got a new combat stance. I'm not going to use that for 6 more levels.
Do you just get defense stance?
Yep.
Won't you be using it in one more level? Because can you even use shield slam and arms?
I'm not gonna. Oh, I suppose you're right. I suppose I'm gonna go prot right away. I'm not gonna go a DPS spec until I can dual spec at 30. So yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Unfortunately, shield slam is totally broken at low level.
I know, it's so stupid. Do you realize that if they fix shield slam, I do 60% of the damage done in every time walking dungeon I do, because I have spent the time geared Ashcore to the balls with best in slot time walking, and shield slam only does like 13% of the damage it's supposed to do.
That's really.
If they fix shield slam, I would become not a demigod in time walking. I would become a god.
That's kind of interesting, because like when you're time walking, are you basically just a low level character?
Yeah, pretty much. Just scales everything down in a certain way.
Like, does your gear become ridiculously powerful for that level, or does it just become scaled down to if you had blues?
It's really interesting to how they scale it, because your best in slot level 100 stuff is not best in slot. Your best in slot stuff is like the high-end Dragon Soul items. They scale better for some reason.
The dragon what?
Dragon Soul, from the previous expansion, the best loots out of that dungeon are the best.
Interesting.
And also the gems that, like the best in slot gems at 100 are not best in slot for time walking. The best in slot ones are the plus 10s. They scale better.
That is weird.
It is. So I had to go online and find a list for this stuff, and somebody that did all the math and figured it all out. It's above me. I don't understand it. But the results are right because I did what he said. Put on all that gear, 60% damage done every time.
That is pretty awesome.
And my shield slam only does 2 damage. It's stupid. It's just a rage generator.
It's really bad.
If they fix that, they'd have to nerf the hell out of time walking. Because I could just solo everything by myself.
It's nice to know that some things never change, by the way. Because we've probably killed about 20 gnolls, but we've only gotten credit for 7.
Yes,
because we have 2 out of 8 of the grave robbers, which they don't spawn up here.
Don't spawn.
They spawn in the south, but they even there that's not where they're not the only ones there, even down south.
Oh, great.
So it's all good.
That's
We'll
okay.
be fine.
I still need to get a bunch of Doom weeds, so I'll run around and pick those up for a little bit.
Alright, I'm done with Doomweed, so You can do your job and loot, and I'll do my job and kill things.
I gotta be good at something.
It's so funny because like in just like a few levels, you are going to become an unstoppable DPS machine.
I don't
And-
know, I don't have BOA gear, so I'm probably just gonna be normal.
You're probably still gonna be hitting pretty hard compared to what I'm doing.
I have no doubt that I'll be top damage, but I'm not gonna be like super retarded damage that I'm used to.
You should see. I really wish that Mesh could hear what you just said. Bob was just saying, "Oh, I won't be like a super DPS machine or whatever, right?" And then I was telling him you'll probably still be really far ahead of what I'm doing. And he says, "Oh, I have no doubt I'll still be top damage." It's a matter of scale. Because when he's doing like time walking dungeons, which is basically like it scales you down to low level, he is like 60% of the damage done in every party that he's in. Yeah. Well, he's a tank, and the thing is that like this is the kind of game where if the tank is good, they're going to be doing the majority of the damage, and the worse the tank is, the more damage the DPS is going to be doing as a result. Not because the damage is they're doing more damage necessarily, even, but because or even less damage on the tank side, but because the tank isn't pulling as fast. It's actually really hard to keep up with a tank like Bob because he will be pulling the next pack while you're still killing the previous pack. So he's dealing like full AoE damage to the next pack, and you're just doing single target cleanup damage. Unless you're smart and you get ahead of him and you know how to
And then
play.
you lay your AoEs down on the
Yeah.
next group, and
Yeah,
then
you need
start
to lay down your AoEs on the next group while the previous group comes in.
is dying horribly from
Yeah.
dots, and other people just cleaning them up, wasting time.
Wasting time cleaning them up.
Pretty much. Every time I have a healer that just gets ahead of me so I can intervene them, I know that's a good healer.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a healer. This is great. I can just sort of wander around.
Yeah, as soon as I get intervene, me and you are gonna make some magic
The
happen.
funny thing is, on Korgrik, he would always yell at me too, like, get ahead of me. Because I have full mobility on Korgrik, so there's no excuse for me not to be ahead of you. I'm just lazy. Because basically, you can, as a warrior, you have this ability called Intervene, which allows you to basically charge another party member, and it intercepts an attack. But if you are holding aggro, you don't actually need it for the purposes of
the do anything.
Yeah. So what he uses it for instead is if a party member is ahead of him, in between him and the next pack, he can intervene to them and then charge the next pack, and he basically travels 80 yards in the span of 3 or 4 seconds instead of doing it walking, which
is for noobs.
Is for noobs, yes. I actually just gestured at my screen, so everyone except you could see that. I think so. Oh, actually, my camera might be pointed too high. They might not be able to see that. Let's see if they can see that gesture. I did not realize how much I gesture with my hands when I'm talking. I guess it's a good thing that for my stream I have my hands on my keyboard. Yeah, they can see the gesture. So, because if I didn't have my hands on my keyboard all the time, then I'd just be like waving my hands around like a madman. So luckily I can hide my insanity. I am purple. It makes me sad. Oh good, we can frighten the tadpoles. How do we do that? Oh, I just have to walk at them.
Just walk at them.
Wait, what? No, oh! I think you have to walk at them repeatedly. Because... Yeah, you have to frighten them into unconsciousness.
We are terrible.
We are.
beings.
And people, for some reason, people don't realize that the undead are evil and have been the entire time. The quests that you get for the undead are so terrible.
They are terrible. They are.
And they've taken away all of the old quests that like gave like foreshadowing to the fact that these guys are going to eventually develop a plague to kill all living creatures. But basically, in the original game, like all of the quests that you had were basically there as like, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to develop a plague to murder all living creatures because death to the living. And we're in an alliance with a bunch of living creatures. So, like, there was even a quest that you could only get if you were not undead, because it was for a dungeon too. So it's like a really significant quest. But it was basically this guy saying, "Look, these undead are up to no fucking good." There's this one Tauren in the entire World of Warcraft who was like, look, these undead, they're up to no good, and we need to make sure that we know as much as we can about them. So while you're in this dungeon, take this fucking book, because we need to know this shit. And it was funny because we were always playing as undead, so we never got that quest. But all the other characters in our party were talking about this quest, and we're like, what quest is this? Nothing. No, never mind. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're just talking about sports and stuff. Tauren sports. Milking sports. You can't do it because you're already dead, so you can't generate milk. Yeah. So just don't worry about it. Are there any non-mammals in the Horde? No, we're fine. Are there any non-mammals in World of Warcraft? There aren't, are there? There aren't any lizard men or anything. That's sad. We need lizard men. We should have lizard men on the Horde.
Sword.
Oh, training sword of the monkey.
I remember I looted one of these in day one, or back in the day too.
The training swords, yeah. They were so powerful too.
It's an awesome wooden sword.
Because it's so much better than all the quest craft that you get.
Yep.
And it's a two-hander.
This is my new weapon.
Oh wow, we have weak troll split elixir, so we are now unstoppable. Off the scales. Oh, and we got Slumber Sand. Remember how OP Slumber Sand was?
I don't remember. Did we ever use those?
No. But we kept it around in our inventory for the longest time, because it's like, this thing,
Just in case.
this shit is really good. Because it gives you like an extra crowd control spell, which is like non-existent. God damn it, I keep trying to click on complete quest or continue or whatever, and I keep clicking on Apothecary Jared instead. And they've changed it so that left clicking talks to them now. You used to have to right click them. And so now it keeps just swapping me out of the quest thing. Some bullcrap. Let's get to the mills. Then I'll be able to spec, and then I'll have penance. I'm gonna have penance. Oh, and
I'll get a really shitty shield slam.
you poor bastard.
Don't worry, I'll still do some damage.
Yeah, about that. Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
By the time you get here, I'm gonna have killed the entire mill.
Alright, wait 10 seconds.
No. No.
Undead evil bastard.
And everyone watching the stream knows that I am not killing anything at all. I haven't even turned in the quest.
You got me. I figured it would all be just destruction and mayhem when I got up there.
There might be destruction and mayhem ongoing when you get here, depending on how long it takes for me to reach actual enemies.
I'm pretty sure I'll be in range of you in like 13 seconds.
Alright, well, 13 seconds is... Whoa, Jesus. Just hit something for half of its life. with the initial application of Shadow Word Pain.
You're OP.
Did you get credit for that? Oh wait, you don't have the quest because you're a noob. did you get the experience for that?
I think so.
Okay, because you were reasonably close to me. These things are so far away. These things are so spread out. We need to just go into the crypt, I think. Die.
Oh, nice.
fools. What?
Oh, our ventral owner just said no problem. You guys are welcome to use it anytime you want.
Oh, good.
So we're legit.
We are legit. We are too legit to quit.
It's a motto I live by.
Huh?
Motto I live by. Too legit to quit.
Oh, good. You're here. Let's go into this
I'm
building.
here. I'm with you. I'll be your loot slave all day. Let's go. Wait, I have a training sword of the monkey now. I'm doing some damage.
This
now.
thing used to have so many more creatures in it. Wasn't this place packed? What the hell? There's one guy.
Well, you're probably just super noobs.
This is... No, like, this place used to be packed. Like, every floor of this place was just decked out. This is some bullcrap. I do not accept this at
I'm
all.
killing Captain Dargol right now.
Oh, he's level 13.
He is level 13 and he's dead.
This gives us, like, you know, this is basically what every single... Oh, wow, he gives a... That's awesome.
Alright.
I thought that we were just completing the quest before we got the quest. It turns out that we're...
I thought that too.
Okay, well, I have some friends. I noticed, did they change the way that channels work? I guess you wouldn't know, you play Warriors. I guess, because it used to be that channels were interrupted and their total duration was reduced when you got hit, but when I've been using Penance, I haven't noticed that happen. Because I was putzing around soloing Ragefire Chasm. Which was a lot of experience, by the way. You get a lot of experience soloing RFC.
I bet.
The first run I went from level 14 to 17, but I had to put on my my heirlooms after the first like 3 or 4 pulls because I ran into a 2 hound and 1 like guy who buffs those hounds pack. It was just like impossible to kill. I could not kill it with a level 4. I think I might have hit 15 at that point, but I'm not sure. But I couldn't do it because I was just too squishy. So, but that was a lot of fun. Okay, so we are speccing as discipline. We get access to penance.
Woo! I am going prot.
I gained spiritual healing and rapture. Hey, there's no cooldown on Power Word Shield. I like it. Okay, so I should be spamming Power Word Shield on me and you.
Well, we're not gonna take any damage.
It gives me haste.
In dungeons. Okay, never mind.
It gives me 40% haste when I cast it. So that haste will increase the tick rate of Power Word Shield, right? Or sorry, the thinger. So what I can do is I can just spam out all of my dots and then use Power Word Shield to make those dots more uber. So that's my strategy. Okay, I have 4 out. I'm gonna use this. Oops. I just tried to Shadow Word Pain you. Because Shadow Word Pain is shift center click and oh, I have penance! I can actually do something other than... Oh my god!
Wow.
That escalated quickly. Oh, I forgot to loot these guys. So why didn't you loot
Yeah,
this stuff
get your-
for me?
I did.
No,
Get your ribs.
you should have. You needed to give me those ribs. That's what needed to
It was
happen
not
here.
in the job description, sir.
Look, you are the looter, so it is your job to loot things. I don't think the job description could be any more clear. Anyone else?
I want overtime for this.
There's no one else to attack. What the hell? She's shooting me through the wall. Oh no, she just flew out through the wall. Which actually makes sense, because she is a ghost. She is an incorporeal undead spirit. I like how the Darkcasters charge me now. Did that say Slice of the Scourge? So let's see how much damage Penance does. Penance does 40 damage per hit and it hits 3 times.
Guess what? My shield slam does 12 damage.
So sad. And it trains you into bad habits
It's
too.
12. 12 on that one. 12 on that hit.
It's terrible. It does a quarter of the damage of Thunderclap. I know, because I just was playing on a warrior.
It
It-
sucks.
It's terrible. And apparently, I mean, Shield Slam does like triple the damage of Thunderclap normally, right?
Yes.
That's like the
That
ratio.
does like 4 times the damage too. It's totally lame and I don't like it.
I find it funny that they give you Shield Slam still as like your starting like ability, because they should really just give you like Devastate or something, because Devastate does 4 times as much damage. And it's actually useful. Whereas Shield Slam, you get it and you're like, do I have any reason to ever press any of my active abilities aside from Heroic Strike?
Yeah, right.
It's bad training. Okay. There's 2 sets of family remains to pick up here.
Coming. Jesus.
I don't understand what you're commenting on. Everything is normal here.
We're just slaughtering all the quest people.
Together.
Saluter with a weak ass shield slam.
Don't worry, we'll be in dungeons soon, and you'll be using
I just need
Thunderclap.
Thunderclap. I
What-
need it.
Thunderclap is really good, so poor Ash. You don't have time to cry. You're supposed to be looting. No, no crying, only looting. I have 2 more creatures here that you need to loot.
Yes, sir.
Filthy coward. Are you doing Elodie?
Hey, you just got me an upgrade. That cadet belt was better than my belt.
Huh? Your people miss you. What? Ah. What does that mean? Oh, yeah, I understand. A void. I thought you're playing Dota. The problem is that I thought you were talking about Voidwalker. Or shit, Faceless Void now. He said there was a void, and I naturally assumed that he was talking about a character and not the thing that we were just talking about. English is hard, guys. Okay, so Ash, here's the question. I just received my first green item. Am I equipping green, or am I only equipping blue?
You're putting greens on. Come on, make it fun.
Yeah, either way is fun for me, but I'll accept your
Yes,
judgment.
Put greens on.
Okay. I am entertained by going
We're-
as long
we're
as humanly
naked
possible.
Level 1s with no heirlooms, no gold. You can put a green on. That's okay.
I'm not naked. I am wearing a dress,
Yeah, it's okay to do that.
a neophyte's
Wear
robe.
the green.
I already have it on. It's a staff.
Alright, good.
Gives me 3 stamina. I probably have more HP than you now. God damn it! All these settings don't. Ugh! I have to do everything. What is it? Status text. There we go. I do have more HP than you. Oh my god.
You have 344, or what is this? 49? 360.
I have 360 max HP,
Yeah, I have 342.
and he has 342. Because I just got an item that increased my HP by 10%, and we don't have any equipment that gives any stats yet, so he doesn't have any HP gain. But the key is that he has more mitigation than I do, so he has more effective hit points than I do. It is very funny. It's just even more fitting, right? That like I have heals, I have damage shields, I have all the DPS, I have all the range, and I have all the hit points.
I have a lot of bag space for loot.
He says he has a lot of bag space for loot. It's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay, where are you? And you have the actual sense of direction because you've been you've been hurting me in the direction we're supposed to go, as I sort of just wander around with Shadowward Pain. Oh man, once you get Thunderclap, this is going to just be ridiculous. The instantaneous turnaround. Oh, it's gonna be great. But one cool thing is that for most of our leveling, I think I'll be able to just do DPS because basically I'll be able to just shove a power shower, blah, blah, blah. Not a shadow word on you. I'm not doing that. A power word shield. Okay, so are you ready to begin the procedure? You need to grab the grasp awakens or weakens. I can't read.
Oh, 1 second. I was just selling some stuff. Hold on.
Well, grab the quest so that we can get quest completion while you
I'm
sell.
working on it.
You are not working on it. You are dying like a noob. I still don't see the
Okay.
one I'm looking for.
I have the grasp weakens now.
There we go. That's what I like to see. Are you forsaken?
Yeah.
Good.
Are you?
Yes. Certainly. Oh my god! You've caught up to me. We have the same max HP now.
About time. I put on a weapon with some stamina. 1 stamina.
We have the exact same HP. Oh god. He looks very much like a farmer.
Alright, carry me through this one. I'll be right back quick.
You people, what are you doing here? Mother, father, Thurman, where are you? Come help me. No, I remember my family's dead, and so am I. Oh, lovely. That was weird. My penance just got interrupted. Procedure complete. Why am I taking damage from that person's? Okay. I really hope that he got quest completion for that. Deadlow's pet. Spike. Running around. Item level 1 of 2. This refers to the equipment that you have in your inventory relative to your currently equipped stuff. So the 1 is what I currently have equipped, and the 2 is the max I could have if I equipped everything in my inventory.
Sorry about that, Ark. I'm back.
Did you get quest completion?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Let us speak to Death God Linnea.
You carried me to victory once again.
Don't worry, I'm used to it. Okay, for everyone else who's watching, see the thing is that Ashcore is a way better player than I am. So he carries me, not the other way around.
No, that is not true.
That is 100% true.
What now?
I'm good at one thing. You're good at hundreds of things when it comes to gaming in general.
I actually remember that when I first hit level 60, I was in my 50s on my priest. You were surprised that I did not completely suck. I actually had basic competence at healing.
That's because I've played this game long enough that I've played with every level of player, and I'm used to the lowest common denominator.
Like, you were really impressed with my priest. Remember we were in Eastern Plaguelands? And I was healing you, and you were like, "Oh my god, are you out of mana yet? Are you out of mana yet?" And I'm like, "No, man, I'm at 80% mana. We're fine." You're like, "Oh my god, how are you at 80% mana? I'm taking so much damage." It's like, because I'm not wasting it.
Well, in my defense, I've played with
Terrible people.
Terrible people.
Particularly back then.
If I said you weren't terrible, that's a huge compliment.
Well, back then we were played with such horrible, horrible players. Where are you?
My standard is different than other people, so it actually makes me seem like I'm a what's the word? Kind of like an elitist in a way. But don't get me wrong, I still help the bad players out. That's why I do this stuff.
Oh my god, yes. You are constantly playing with people who have no business playing with you.
But I also help people more than anyone
You're
else.
an elitist philanthropist.
Yes.
You are a World of Warcraft philanthropist.
But don't get me wrong, I know you are. I remember when you trialed for my guild back when we were tanking like Void Reaver. You played 80% of my guild with shit gear. And then you told me a week later I can't make this schedule. I'm just like, God damn it. Why?
That wasn't a week later. No. That's an exaggeration. And in my defense, my mother had cancer, and so I couldn't tell whether I was going to have to get up in the middle of the night. I'm not defending myself to you. I'm defending myself to the stream.
You're spinning me a bad light.
No. What I'm saying is that everyone else doesn't know this, but basically, the first time that I started actually raiding seriously with Ash, I was in his guild and things were going good, and I actually enjoyed the people who were in the guild as opposed to the previous guild. Remember how everyone had that chip on their shoulder and they were really pissed off?
I bailed on that guild too.
Like, those guys were special. But anyway, they were very upset about the fact that I kept getting gear, but I was out damaging all of the other players who were better geared than me.
That's why Loot Council's the best.
Yeah. And so, but we were doing it RNG style then, right? Like it was just like we were randoming and I kept on winning or something. I don't even remember. Or were we doing like DKP? I don't know.
No, I've never done a DKP system.
Yeah, I don't even know what we were doing. But anyway, so there was some ill thinking about my general capacities.
Yeah.
And
Not for me.
no, not from you.
Like I
No, no,
said-
no. It was like one guy. Everyone else was fine. It was like the guild leader was like he really did not like me.
I'm just saying I got it, but I was bummed out because you outplayed everyone else.
Yeah. And well, no, that's a different guild. So the other guild, when I actually started like being like, oh yeah, we can totally do this. That was going fine until like we were raiding in the middle of the night, which made sense and was fine. But the problem was that my mom was getting up in the middle of the night and needed help, right? Because she was on chemo and she needed help and stuff like that. So I couldn't like in the middle of a fight. There was the risk that I was just going to have to get up mid-fight and wipe the entire raid because I had to get out of my chair in the middle of the fight and just leave. There was that time central, right? So there was no way to be like, oh, okay, we're gonna, in between pulls even. It's just like, oh, I need to stand up right now, and if I'm standing in the death, I mean, the kind of content that we were doing, if one person is standing in the death, that death propagates to the entire rest of the raid. So it's not just that you die, the entire raid dies if one person just stands in it. So, anyway, so that's to the masses and to Mesh who's standing right next to me. That is why I couldn't and that is why I do not have a professional World of Warcraft career where I am, the top 5 hunters in the world, unlike a certain someone who is in this conversation. Not for hunters, though. We do not have a top hunter in this conversation. We have a top warrior in this conversation.
But this all goes back to my point, and I've said it before to you years ago. I distinctly remember it. You could roll with the elite of the elite guilds if you had the time and the inclination to do it. You easily could. I've said that to you before. And
You have.
know it.
I've rolled with your friends, so I know the general quality of like which ones are the better ones, and it kind of feels like I could. I don't know that I could. The issue is that I don't do the deeps to be with the highest of the high end people, and I don't know if that's because I've never actually had a decent latency in years. Because in Florida, I didn't actually have a better latency in Florida than I have here. I still had like 200 to 300 latency in Florida. And back in the day, it wasn't as relevant, but like with a 1 second global cooldown on hunters,
nowadays it is.
it's like
matters a lot.
the latency is just really a serious problem. So are we continuing to the east? I guess that's what we're doing. Oh, right, we can just freaking fly there. We don't need to get the flight path. We can just fly.
Let's fly.
So yeah, I could have been a contender. Is what the gist of this conversation is.
Yes.
Yeah, the other key is that I have such horrible altitis that I never actually got good enough at a specific character to. And I think that's another portion of the reason that my DPS is always low, is that like I can handle the mechanics relatively easily, but like I don't have my rotation on lockdown because I play for a month or two and then I putz around on other things, and so I'm never actually getting the rotation down to the point that you need to. Like you need to be basically pressing the buttons before you're done with the other one, and I can get. I've always had relatively mediocre DPS. I was always pissed off that I couldn't beat Maz's DPS. And I think part of it was just due to the fact that she had the legendary cloak.
Yeah, but she was a glass cannon. She did.
Oh god.
She died.
She was
so
not paying
much.
any attention to mechanics at all.
And that right there, you'll never make it in an elite guild.
Yeah.
I know because I've been in 3 of them. You get kicked out of the guild for that behavior. They don't give a shit about. They care about your DPS, but that's over the entire fight.
Yeah.
If you're dead for 2/3 of it, and you get res and you die again, your damage sucks compared to everyone else. They look at overall.
Yeah, and even then, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, she kept killing the healers. Do you remember the God, that was our first. What is it? Was it called heroic then, or was it called mythic then, or what was it even called?
It was heroic then.
Okay, so we were doing the heroic, whatever that asshole's guy's name is. What was his name? The Thunder
You have
guy.
to remind me. Yep. I remember who you're talking about. I just remember his name.
Yeah, basically there's this.
The guy that tossed the tank up and then you had to
Yeah, he
stand-
tosses the tank into
you
a
have to
statue,
stand-
and you have to.
You have to stand in the damage zone.
Yes, and then you have to like get out of the damage zone, and you have to basically
Spread out really
there's
well,
a
dodge.
part where this basically there's charged bolts. There's these giant lightning things that appear on the ground and start just
Easy
moving
to
around the
dodge.
raid. They're very easy to dodge if you're paying any attention and you're not trying to DPS at the same time. But like the Neelys have an easy time because the boss is standing in the middle of a pool of death, so you can't actually hurt him if you're a melee. And the ranged characters have an easy time because there's no real reason why you need to DPS in there, because while the fight is a DPS race, you get a huge damage buff while you are in the pools that he builds for the rest of the fight. So you don't really need to DPS him, but you can if you want. It adds to the raid's DPS, and you should if you can. But you shouldn't if it's going to result in you getting hit, because on that difficulty setting, 2 of those things will kill you, and one of them can sometimes hit you twice, and that will kill you. Like sometimes an individual one will bug out, and you run into it, and then you just get hit twice and die. So the key is you just don't get hit, but they move very slowly, so they're easy to do as long as you're not in the center of the room and you're at one of the edges, because they can only come at you from one direction. So we wiped so many times, and it was really frustrating because one of the people that we had with us was a paladin, and so what she would do is she'd take a bunch of damage, but then she'd use her defensive cooldowns to not die immediately, but then the healers are standing still trying to keep her alive. And so they're standing still and then they die. And it's like, that's not good. Oh, and in addition, everyone is taking continual damage as well from the storm itself. So you're taking continual damage the entire raid, but then you get burst damage from these little orb things. So it was a rough time. I can't imagine being a healer in that fight. It would be so like, because you have to pay attention to everyone's life bars, but at the same time you have to like be dodging shit on the ground. But it got to the point where we did that fight so many times that I was doing a full DPS rotation while dodging the bolts, and over the course of like 30 attempts or something crazy like that, it should not have taken anywhere near that many.
No.
Like I got hit by a total of like 4 or 5 of them, and this other guy in the party got hit by like 4 or 5 of them. Sola, he's the funniest guy because he was such a whiner, but he was such a good player. Like it was so weird to me. Like
that's so funny.
The person.
I knew Solo like 3 years before you know him, and
Yeah.
summed him up perfectly.
Like he's so amazing.
He's a good guy though. I
He's-
like playing with him.
He's very nice. He's very nice, but he's like if he was a character in a movie or something, competence would not be his strong suit, right? Like he's the guy who's like the pseudo comic relief, but kind of like he'd be the guy that the hero is always saving. Right? He's not the hero, but he's a really good player. So it was really just funny, this dichotomy between the way that yeah, totally different. Anyway, so he was doing fine. But everyone else just kept taking damage, including a certain someone who kept blowing his cooldowns because he can. To just be like, "Oh, well, I don't need to worry about this mechanic." You are a terrible influence, sir. Oh man.
I've had to hide behind my cooldowns a lot.
Well, as a tank, that's what you're supposed to do. But that to be fair, that was like he was taking damage from those charged orbs because the charged orb phase was just killing us over and over and over and over again. We'd end up with people dying in that phase, and so we would just wipe the raid, right? It would just say, okay, take the wipe because we don't have enough to deal the DPS we need. And like, one of the keys is that as the tank, Ash actually has to sort of charge the boss when he's finishing up. So he has to position himself for the boss fight. So just blowing in some minor cooldown to be able to tank one of those orb things makes sense for the tank, right? But
Yeah, I do that a lot of time.
yeah, like that.
A lot.
So eating a little bit of tertiary damage for that purpose is fine. But then there were all these other DPSers in the group. How many people did we have in that group? Were we doing 10s or were we doing 20s? We were doing 10s, right?
Yeah.
So we had 10 people in the group, and 2 of them were able to dodge this stuff, and we were doing really hard content. So it was not promising. But the other stuff we actually seemed to have an easier time with. The stuff that was actually more mechanically difficult, we had an easier time with because people took it more seriously, I think. But then every now and then we'd end up with the stupidest stuff, like people just wandering off and not like DPSing down the targets they're supposed to kill. Oh god. It's amusing stuff. But yeah, we actually got pretty far, didn't we? Like before
We were actually moving relatively fast.
Yeah,
with
like
other guilds before things went to hell.
Yeah. Eventually, I had to duck out because I was just like, I am getting way too frustrated and annoyed.
Oh, it wasn't just you. I had problems with math and other people. It just was a hard guild to run.
Yeah.
My original guild, Furor, that you were part of for a little bit, went way better. That's why it lasted so long.
Oh yeah, that was
We got a lot of realm firsts.
I'm really sad actually because like that was a guild that I liked the people in it and I really wish that I was able to. Unfortunately, you didn't loot one of my bear pelts for me, so I have to get one more.
You got to get them yourself. Sorry, you failed.
It's all your fault, man. You're not carrying me right. Get with the program. There we go.
Just wait till level 14 and I get Thunderclap, and then will carry you on my mighty shoulders.
We'll just wait until level 18 and I get Holy Fire, which does 45 holy damage.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Do you have your 5 grizzly
I do.
things?
Yeah.
Thingamabobs? Okay.
No thanks to you, loot fail. How cool would it be if quest items actually just looted across party? I think that would be badass.
Great.
Like, as soon as one of us loots it, it's like, oh, yep, everyone gets completion for looting that.
Well, then they gotta deal with what if your party member has like full inventory? What happens?
Quest items don't take up inventory space anymore. Whatever you. I almost called you Mesh, then I almost called you Azza. I don't know what your name is, sir. But
Hi,
I'll get to it eventually. Just gonna go through the list of every person that I know, and then we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So we are level 11. And it is 11 o'clock. So hopefully by 12 o'clock we'll be level 12. How long has this taken us?
Not too long.
2.5 hours. It's gonna go so much faster when we're in the dungeons, though.
Yep, that bonus EXP for completing a dungeon is where it's at.
Yes, that's gonna be great. And plus, I mean, you can. you get so much more experience, and there's so much like wasted time running around that I think that the dungeons are going to be very, very fun.
They are. My Night Elf Prot Warrior. I left the city once just to take a boat to the Draenei city. Other than that, I have not done any quests. I've stayed inside 2 major cities and I've gotten 63 levels.
Yeah.
And
So
it's been fast.
I have a question for you. Do we want to get to level 15 as fast as possible, or do we want to solo, or do we want to duo RFC at level 14?
I'll do a RFC at 14. That sounds fun.
Okay, so we're gonna have to.
We're a healer and a tank. We can do it.
I think we can pull it off. It's gonna be
I get
hard.
level 14, so I can hold aggro and do some damage.
Sounds good.
Let's try it out. We can just take the Zeppelin over to Oregon. We'll be there in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, this is another one of
Fun,
these things where you're gonna fail at your looting duties, and I'm gonna have to actually.
I am a failure. I don't know what to
Yeah,
do.
I don't-
I'm not doing my duty.
You're not getting me the gear I need. I need these things to drop their shit. And why am I healing myself? I had this thing targeted. Okay, that was weird. Oh no!
What?
You had better not be. Okay, so apparently we killed something over here somewhere, and thanks to certain someone's looting failures, I don't know what's going on, but somehow you had 3 from all those corpses, and I only had 2. So, but there's none of them over there are lootable, so I don't know what's going on there. So we're gonna have to kill a couple more, but that's okay because we have a quest over here anyway.
Oh man, how are we gonna survive?
We are not.
We have to kill a couple more.
We are going to have to kill a couple of more
I'll shield slam him for 12.
spiders. Yes. You will shield slam for 12, and then you won't bother to loot them for me. You'll loot stuff for yourself, sure. But when was the last time you looted a quest item for me, huh? You had 1 job, Ash. 1 job. Okay.
I'm trying. It doesn't let me do it.
Well, try harder. Stop being a noob. Upgrade your Atari. All that jazz. See? I just looted all those. You didn't get shit. You were not doing your job.
Lieutenant Sanders is not having a good day.
I can't post a general chat. What is this crap? The game doesn't recognize that I restarted my account.
Ninja, you don't get to chat.
I've been banned in general chat because I'm a ninja looter. Is that what you're saying? I can't even defend myself. He's slandering me to the general chat, and I can't do anything about it. Because the game thinks that I'm on a starter account. This is some bullcrap.
No, you can't loot your own items.
Well, you know, you can't loot the items for me because you're a damn noob, so...
Well, I'm the master looter.
Are you the master looter? I don't think you are. You could make yourself master looter, and that would be amusing. In fact, I think you should do that.
No. That's way too much work.
It's way too much work.
Out all the green items. No, I'm not doing that.
Because we're getting so many green items. Target needs to be in front of you. Target is dead. This thing just keeps giving me error messages. Target needs to be in front of you. Target needs to be alive. Wait, are we going to Scarlet Monastery?
We're going, dude.
That seems like a
That's
thing.
where
Oh shit! I'm under attack by. No! This is the wrong place to be.
Shit! Oh! Run away!
What? What? Oh shit! I have this on the wrong thing. Oh, you are dead, son. So am I. I put flash heal on shift forward click instead of shift back click.
We just died horribly.
Yeah, see, that was... So, mistakes were made and we have died, but we shall move. We shall avenge ourselves in about 15 levels.
Yeah, right.
Okay, good. So I at least have the. That's funny that I have not cast Flash Heal. I got it at like level 7 or something, and I haven't cast it once. I have never cast a heal spell. I think I probably could have saved you. I also had Penance, which I never remember that Penance is a heal because I only use it for damage.
For offensive, yeah.
Did she just... Oh my god. She has an AoE instant death attack. Will you insta-give the thing that I've actually tagged, please? Okay, so I need to make sure that I'm tagging things appropriately. I have an NPC here that is like just insta-giving things. By the way, you might want to tank because I've got like some friends.
I'm coming. I'm coming to help.
How are you now?
I don't have taunt yet, so I just gotta shield slam for 10 damage and then let Lily and Voss do the rest.
No kidding. So much for, like, me being overpowered. We now have the NPC of Doom that just insta-gives everything. Oh my god, and we have 2 copies of her. She's charging on things like a frickin' ghoul. You remember those guys from, they weren't ghouls, but they were some sort of ghast-like creature from, the Norse dungeon? Well, a lot of them just fell over. But the nice thing is that I can actually grab these guys from far enough away that her pull won't... Like, because the thing is that you have to tag them before she kills them. You have to deal at least, like, 1 point of damage, otherwise you don't get credit for the kills. Wait, what? He turned friendly, that's some bullshit. Lillian, you're so undead and fiery and GG noobs. How am I doing, Daddy?
It's good logic.
Where is she taking him? Why is she floating up in the air? Did that bug out?
I'm just standing here with a very elegant hat.
Did you get credit for that, or does your copy have to do it?
I got credit too.
Your copy of hers just says Vengeful Forsaken to me.
My copy's a total badass.
Interesting. Do you still have your copy?
Yeah.
So we could run around with a copy of her doing every quest forever? As long as we're here?
We'll find out.
Which lasts for like 3 seconds, but close enough. No, I'm gonna get slowed. No, I've been snared.
Yeah, my copy is still one-shotting.
Nice. Perfect. Whee. I like the knockback actually because they just knock me forward. Oh, look at all that EXP. It's beautiful. I don't know why this guy de-aggroed. I'm pretty sure that I hit him. He was even looking at me. He was facing the other direction before. I love how nothing here is communal. Like, why is nothing here communal at all? God.
The Scarlets are a bunch of disorganized idiots.
I remember when this game was hard, okay? Especially when you were in a party. A little oomph. So what are they increasing the level cap to in the next expansion? 110 is it?
Yeah, I think it's 110.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I think we need some serious. But then again, that's funny actually because
You
Blizzard.
want to go on a leveling spree with me when the
Oh
releases?
yes,
I'm taking work off before it.
server first 110 hunter.
Dude, we can do it on Illidan easily, me and you. There's no players on Illidan that will beat you and me.
We can try for world first too. Those achievements don't exist though anymore, right? Like they
Don't
removed.
exist anymore, but it's a matter of pride.
It is a matter of pride. So you heard it here, folks. First, folks. World first hunter, world first, whatever he is. You're a rogue, right?
You don't even know me anymore.
Hey man, Orichalcon, don't even start on this. You had the Ragebringer, which actually explains a lot. The reason that you play warriors now is that warriors are the only ones that get rage, and you just loved the Ragebringer. For those who don't know, the Ragebringer is in EverQuest the epic weapon that they could get for completing
Dude,
this extremely awesome quest chain.
I was just thinking about this a few months ago. The first time I went into Plane of Hate was at your house, and it was the
Was it really?
heart-pounding adventure I'd ever done by myself. To steal the item I needed to for the quest.
Oh shit! The first time you went to Plane of Hate was alone.
If you die in the Plane of Hate, you're fucked.
You need a raid. Yeah.
So I snuck up there by myself and pickpocketed the item I need.
Oh man, those planes were nasty business. So in EverQuest, you.
Yeah.
Hey Hartok, how's it going?
Game.
I didn't see that we had a message, but we have a message in the chat. Hi Hartok. So the planes of hate, and I don't remember what the other original planes were, because the plane of sky and stuff was not nearly as painful as like hate and fear. But basically, when you go into these planes, and hate was particularly egregious because everything in the plane of hate hates everything. So if you get within like not spitting distance, if you get to the point where you can see them,
Yeah.
if you can see the enemy, it has already aggroed on you. And everything in the area just wandered around. It's this giant outdoor area, and everything's just wandering around. So as soon as you teleport into the plane of hate, you are in a massive fight instantaneously. And the key is that these planes did not have safe locations to go to. They did not have anything that you could do to be safe while within the plane. And basically, if you died in EverQuest, you had to collect your corpse from where you died. And usually you could have someone else just go grab it for you. If it was in a dangerous spot, no big deal, right? Because someone else can take you there. But, someone else can grab your corpse and drag it to you, so that you can do that. But in the plane of hate, since there's no safe place to go, and you need a raid to get in there, so if you die in the plane of hate, it requires a raid to collect your corpse. Like you cannot collect your corpse from the plane of hate without a raid. So it was this really crazy place that was, and the thing is that people would go in with a raid to save to get the corpses of another failed raid, and then they themselves would wipe, and then you'd have two wiped raid groups, and like you would have to call every guild on the entire server to come together to do a giant mega raid to get back all of the corpses that had been lost to fear. It was, oh man, that was a terrifying place. What server are we on? We're in Illidan.
I went up there solo with just a mage or whatever, a wizard to port me up.
Yeah, they like translocated you.
Yep.
Oh man,
That's still the most terrifying moment of my gaming life.
Yes. The Plane of Hate, I've been to on a raid once, and that was late in the game cycle. That was in Planes of Power era. Like I went in there with a party that was, they were all like level. What was the cap in Planes of Power? 65. And the Plane of Hate was like a level 50 area, but the epic quests were still highly relevant even at high level because the items you got from them were just so good. And I went to the Plane of Hate to collect something for the bard in my guild, and it was a scary place because we went in with about 10 people, and there were just so many ads all the time that you never had a moment's peace. But we were powerful enough that we could pretty much handle it. I was never in terribly serious risk because I'm a beast lord. I can heal myself and I can slow the enemies and stuff like that. But like, I would not have wanted to be the wizard in that group because those things can still like two-shot you. Are you reporting to Executor Mortuus?
I am running south.
Is that a yes? Okay.
That's a yes.
Okay, this is unacceptable. You now have 100 more HP than me, and I don't like it. Not gonna lie, I find it disgusting. The other thing we could do, since we're now heading to Silverpine, the other thing we could do is if we want to be really, really like just monsters to ourselves, we could go there at like now.
Go where?
Ragefire Chasm.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Oh man. This is gonna be painful.
I don't have Thunderclap yet, so I'm gonna have to like multitask and actually tab target.
Do level 15 mobs get crushing blows?
Pretty sure they do.
Oh god. Because do bosses get crushing blows still? Is basically the gist.
I don't know actually. I haven't tanked a mob that much higher than me in a long time. I've been level 100 forever.
But bosses are +3, which means that you have every boss.
Well then no, that doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, because I think that +4s still do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think that
+4.
I think tanks also might just be immune to crushing blows. In which case we're fine.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out, yes. That is a thing that will happen here. God. But yeah, I'm gonna have a difficult time with this. Let's see, does F1 target me? No, it doesn't. I have that set to something else. Let's change our key bindings.
You have like a good heal now. You have penance, right? Because we're gonna need it.
Yeah, I have penance, and flash heal is ridiculously good at this level. I can heal you for like half your max HP in a quarter of a second. Okay. Or in a second and a half, which, is basically the same thing.
Because I don't have any dots. I just have and an auto attack.
I'm actually gonna use this for this. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. No problem. By the way, I'm gonna be tanking. The damage is gonna be split between the two of us, almost guaranteed with the 3-packs.
I'll just need one global per enemy, and I'll have aggro over anything you do.
I'm gonna be spamming flash heal.
With how they changed threat, though, it won't matter. Trust me.
We'll see. We will see, sir. I need one global. Heroic Strike isn't even on the global. Don't even talk shit. Am I in the right Zeppelin tower?
Probably not.
Oh, here they are. Oh, Howling Fjord. Oh shit.
I'm here now.
No!
Don't go there.
Stop them.
We
Stop them.
Plus 61 level mobs yet.
Make sure that the people don't leave. The Zeppelin for Durotar is not even here. What are you? Are you smoking something?
I just landed in Duratar.
Well,
Just
you.
got here.
Yeah, I told you to hold it and make them not leave. Ash, you had one job, and you failed at that job, so I gave you a different job, and you are still failing.
I loot stuff good.
I'm doing good, Hartok. How are you doing? We are about to go get slaughtered horribly, and it's going to be delightful.
We are gonna die so bad, you don't even know.
But you're uncrittable, right?
I think so.
Like they took that out, right? You don't now
I
need plus defense to be
I have a
unhittable
shield, man.
or uncrittable. Like no, I mean like tank specs have built-in crit immunity right now, right? From
That's the
plus
thing,
threes.
I don't know. Against +4s, I don't know.
We're not against plus fours. We're against plus threes. They're level 15.
There's no level 16 mobs in the dungeon?
By the time we get to anything that's level 16, we will be level 13. Assuming that there are any in the dungeon.
I hope you're right.
Well, if I'm wrong, then it's your fault. Because you didn't loot properly, which would have given us an additional level.
I have responsibility.
Yeah, you have responsibilities that you have failed at, sir. Okay, I will be right back. Just one second. I just realized my hair is completely wild. I actually look like a video game character right now. My hair does not usually do this, so I don't know what happened. Okay, I am now. Okay, I'm on my way to Kalimdor.
Alright, I'm in the zone waiting.
You're in Ragefire Chasm already?
Yes.
Wow, that took forever.
We're gonna die so horribly.
Oh right, because we show up in Orgrimmar now. I forgot about that. I forgot that they moved this from Durotar to. Okay, whew, I didn't die. That is a lot of Chinese. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wait. Why can't I leave trade chat? Did they remove the ability to leave trade chat?
I don't know.
Because I'm right.
Left it.
Because I'm right clicking on it, it doesn't allow me to leave it. It just allows me to move it to a new window. But trade chat is entirely just like, why would you be in why would you be in this chat now? This is all just like Chinese.
There's an add-on called Block Chinese that every Illidan player knows to download immediately. I'm not even kidding.
Is it like it's specific to this server?
Yes, and a couple others, but the Chinese spam on this
Oh,
this
okay.
server and others is so bad.
I left trade. I just had to do it by console, which is.
Yeah. I like to be in trade chat because I look out for opportunities. I need that add-on.
Yeah, I like that. That would be completely unusable. Hey, Nefarious Lane! Oh! Come outside, come outside!
Okay, I'm coming.
Hurry! Yes! You got outside just in time.
Oh, nice.
We-
Good call.
what perfect timing!
Okay, we can't die.
No,
Right now.
if we die, that's going to be very bad for us. So let's be safe and go into Ragefire Chasm 3 levels early with 2 people instead of 5.
God. Okay, we gotta take our time here. We gotta do one pull at a time to see what we're dealing with.
Okay, I know what we're dealing with because I've done this several times in circumstances that are suboptimal. You can ignore these flamehounds that these guys are going to kill. Basically, the next pull, these adolescent flamehounds put a stacking debuff on you, so a stacking bleed. Yeah, that's a great thing to have for the first pull, right?
Healing potions. Do you want me to put heirlooms on?
If you put heirlooms on, then it'll be trivial. If you put on heirloom, like, we just got Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer. If you put on heirlooms, then it's just going to be ridiculous. So, they have a stacking debuff. They're level 14, so they definitely aren't critting you. And so we basically just need to burst them down as quickly as we can while not dying. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and put a shield on myself because I expect myself to get hurt.
I'll get aggro on everything.
I should actually create a macro to target you. Just give me a second, actually. Because I have a feeling that I'm going to be swapping targets a lot more than I normally would.
31% chance to crit right now. So that means I'll do 24 shield slam damage.
24 damage. We're in good shape. It'll only take 20 of them to kill one of these.
That's the only attack I have besides a victory rush.
Oh, what's her name? Gore? Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, I have a macro to target you now. I'm gonna stick it up. I don't have my frickin' I wish that this stuff just saved cross characters. Seriously. It's ridiculous. Okay, so this will be. I'm just gonna put this on T for now. T is a terror place. No, I'm just gonna leave it on 5. Okay. I'd go when that has like 10 seconds left on it.
I am going.
Tell me when you have full aggro.
I'm good. I'm good. You can attack. Should I be kiting? 4 stacks
Yes,
of
you
this?
should. You should now kite off the stacks. You can't kite off the stacks. Just kill them.
Too fast.
Shit.
No.
That was my fault. I lost target on you.
Just zone out. I'll run back in.
I'm gonna try and kill one of them first. Because it's slow enough on life that I can kill it with my dots. There we go. Actually, I can kill both of them. No, I can't. The stacking debuff is gonna kill me. Jesus, that debuff.
I don't have hamstring yet, so I couldn't slow them down and run.
Yeah. So the key is that the damage was actually fine except for the stacking debuff. So I think that we should be okay now because that's the only pack that has 3 adolescent flamehounds in it. The bigger hounds hit harder, but they don't put that stacking debuff on you that's just so nasty. I don't understand how the first pack in the game, the first elite pack in the entire game, has this ridiculously powerful stacking debuff that is just, like, godlike. But yeah, we can easily kill this guy now. He's not going to be able to... Okay, I need to not be clicking with the UI. What? Oh, right. I didn't set that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was entirely my fault. You shouldn't have died there. Well, okay, you probably would have died anyway, but you shouldn't have died at the time that you died. You should have died 5 seconds after that. So targeting myself is... Oh yeah, this guy's... His damage is nothing. Okay. So there's going to be 2 of them. They're going to hit pretty hard. I'm not going to be DPSing, really. I'm going to try to get a Shadow Word Pain on things. Okay.
Yep.
I've got a fresh shield on you. Go ahead and pull when you're at 10 seconds or something.
I got aggro.
Ah! The fire feels like burning! Yeah, you're not really taking that much damage.
I'm taking a lot of damage.
It seems to be somewhat inconsistent whether you're taking a lot of damage or not. Sometimes they're hitting you for very little, and sometimes they hit you for...
This is so funny. I have literally 2 buttons to use in combat right now. Heroic Strike and Shield Slam.
Well,
Nothing
you
else.
are using them like a champ. Good job, sir. Okay, I should be able to... I kind of just need to keep you topped off, because if they use their Mortal Strike ability, which isn't actually a Mortal Strike, but we can pretend, every single instant cast like attack is just a Mortal Strike to me. For a melee character, if a melee has an instant cast, it's just Mortal Strike, because screw rogues. Okay, so this is not the hardest pack that we have to deal with.
Okay.
The hardest pack is probably, because we don't have any DPS, going to be this next pack where we have the Adolescent Flamehounds and the Mature Flamehound. So we have 2 of the little ones and then the big one. But I think once we deal with this one, we don't have...
Kill one of the little ones right away.
Yeah, the little ones are the priority. What we should probably try to do... How about this? Can you... Is there a way for you to aggro them? Yeah, you can. What we're going to do is we're going to pull back, because we're going to have to run away after we kill the first one, I think. We're going to have to zone out.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a shield on you, and then you can just aggro them, and we can try to sort of kite them to the entrance, maybe? But
I'm just gonna aggro them and run them to the entrance and then tank it until
Yeah.
I'm low in health.
Okay, the Power Word Shield's running out. So, okay, there we go. I really wish that you had Thunderclap. The timing on that could have been better. Because you ran through the lava. Oh shit. You're out of line of sight. You went out of line of sight. Okay. Alright, so... I'm just going to be spamming heals on you, but
I'm gonna try to kill one of these low ones.
yeah.
This
What?
dot, it's so nasty.
Oh, it almost wore off too. Okay, in just a couple of seconds I can get a Power Word Shield on you.
Well,
You are taking so much damage.
I gotta kill this thing.
I just have to spam heals on you, because, like, when that thing ticks, you take, like, 60% of your max life. Oh, shit. I
Get him to run off.
I had
can't
to-
get it.
I had to... We're fine, because we're going to kill it anyway. It's done.
Yes. Zone out.
No! I lost the buff! Yeah, but we killed one of the things, so we broke the pull. So... Whew. Isn't it lucky that this isn't like a raid and we have to kill the entire pack one go?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we've broken that pack, and so we should The key is that if we can get through the dog section in the beginning, I think we can do the entire instance with no problem. I really do.
What about the bosses?
The bosses hit like little girls. Okay, when I was soloing this, I was not healing on the bosses at all because they couldn't get through my power word shield. Now that was with heirlooms on, but these trash fights were way harder than the bosses were. The trash fights are really hard by comparison to the bosses. So I think that if we can get through, like, seriously, these packs are the hardest thing in the entire instance. They front load all of the difficult fights because they're horrible monsters, and I don't know why I cast that on you, but you can enjoy it. Okay.
Alright, say when.
Just when I put up a shield, just go whenever you have like 10 seconds left on it or something.
Yep. Got it.
Okay, so we. I'm actually gonna use a penance on the little one because I can get DPS out now before it gets any of its things up, and I'm actually gonna kill it.
Yep, I got aggro on the big one, so we're good.
Okay, so
no dot on me, we should be alright.
yeah, we should be fine. And then the next pull is what? It's okay. So the next pull is 2 of the big ones, and a like guy who buffs them. So he's going to be casting a like buff on them. So we should probably we're not going to kill him before he gets the buff off. And I don't remember how long it lasts, so I don't know whether it's better to kill one of them or kill him first, honestly.
Maybe just kill him first then. They have the same HP.
Yeah, okay, so we can try and kill him first. You're going to take a lot of damage really fast at the beginning. Don't go in yet, I need to refresh
two
this.
Buttons to use, so I can't use any cooldowns or anything.
Alright. This is fun. I like this.
Alright, 10 seconds, I'm going in. Getting aggro on everything.
You're gonna see. I'm just gonna start spamming heals.
I got aggro on everything. I'm killing the.
Jesus!
Oh,
You know,
Jesus.
I thought you were fine, and then you weren't fine. Oh man.
Oh no.
They trolled the shit out of me right there.
Oh my god. My health. Oh. We almost got this guy dead. Keep me alive a little bit longer. Come on. 236 more HP. I'm working on him.
We're fine.
I almost got him.
This is awesome. Oh,
Get him, get him.
it's got like 5 life left. Just heroic strike or something.
Alright, now I got a victory rush. I'll use it when I get low again if I do.
Okay. You're
Right
gonna.
now.
I used that time because I got a critical powered shield on you. I used that time to pop you with a pop a Shadow Word Pain on both of them. I probably should have only popped it on one of them, but you know, you do what you can to make Ashcore's life interesting.
Oh man, you have to understand. Like, I'm so used to tanking high end, but when I get that low on health, things happen. High end.
Things happen.
And I can't do those things.
It's so beautiful.
I'm talking like 6 things happen,
Yeah.
and I don't die. But I don't have that. I'm a defenseless
Hey man,
whelp right now.
you can trust me. Remember, we've discussed how awesome a healer I am before, and now that I've actually gotten used to my hotkeys, that's one of the funny things about playing this game is that I never have the hotkeys down because I'm always playing some damn alt. So like,
Oh, we got this. Hey Ark, we got the same pull again.
yay, exciting! You don't have to worry about the guy that's eaten that thing in the back, by the way. He's He's cool.
Okay, get ready for massive damage again. I'm doing the same thing. I'm gonna try to kill the Houndmaster first.
Gotcha.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna get a Shadow Word Pain off in the beginning, but that's pretty much it.
Alright, do you want me to wait on the for your shield with 10 seconds?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
And pulling.
Spamming flash heal. Spamming the flash heal.
Alright,
Spamming
shield slam on
power
every
shield.
target. I'm working on the Houndmaster now.
I was actually healing this for Kaz and Arthi, and Arthi was tanking, and it was an interesting experience. It was much more hectic than this. I say that Arthi was tanking. To be honest, I was tanking, and she was pseudo-tanking. But it actually made it easier in some ways that she couldn't hold aggro on the little pup things. Like, she couldn't hold aggro on all 3 mobs.
Run away and not do damage for a little bit.
Well, no, they'd split their dot onto multiple people. So it was less of a like when you have 9 stacks of that thing on one person, it's like impossible to deal with.
Alright, Houndmaster's almost dead.
Yep. He isn't buffing them for some reason. I don't know what's going on with this guy,
Thank
but
God.
we're dealing with like a nerfed version of this instance. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. You're not Aza. Who are you? I don't know how I feel about this.
Let me know if you can't heal me. I got a victory rush ready. I'm just gonna use it. It's almost out.
Yeah, just go ahead and use it. I'm just spamming heals on you, honestly, because I can. Oh shit! I say that I can. I actually can't.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
I wasn't paying any attention because I had full mana this whole time. We're fine. Just kill that thing.
I'm trying. 2 buttons, man. 2 buttons.
Yeah, well, I can keep you up. Penance doesn't cost anything, so I can keep healing you. I just can't spam the way that I've been. As long as you don't take some super spike damage sometime, you'll be fine. But yeah, I didn't realize that it was possible to run out of mana at this low level, but it's honestly, I can keep up with these with no problem. Even if I'm like at 0 mana, I can pretty much keep up with them because Penance is enough for just the 2 of them, along with Power Word Shield and maybe like a flash heal every couple of seconds. Because look, I'm at 50% mana already.
Yeah.
Just from conserving mana for a little bit. The regen is crazy. I'm getting... You don't need to worry about this guy. You can just beat on him because he doesn't aggro. He's too busy eating that guy to worry about us. But yeah, just point the boss away from me, and that's all that we need to worry about for this fight.
Okay.
I don't think his damage is going to be anywhere near what those 3 packs have, so... It's so funny. Like, you're looking at my mana bar and I'm not.
I'm used to it, man.
You're like, if you can't heal me, I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I can just keep doing this forever. And then you're like,
Let me know.
you're at 9% mana. I don't think you can do that. Oh shit, he's 16. Oh well. You're fine. You don't have time to cry. You need to loot.
There we go. Alright. No crits yet, just massive single attacks.
He's only hitting you for 70 damage. Oh shit. Inferno charge.
Oh, move.
I know what I'm doing. Calm down.
Alright, sorry. 6k health.
It's gonna take a while to whittle through that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. I do like the mechanic that, yeah, this guy hits like a weakling. I don't know why I just cast Power Word Shield on myself, but you know that's a thing that just happened. So. Okay, so we're taking this guy down. I'm actually going to cast a Smite just to scare you. Okay, so how do the DPS meters look on this fight? I'm curious.
Let me pull it up.
Am I doing leet deeps?
Oh, I had it paused the whole time. I'll turn it on now.
Alright.
You are doing much more than me after 8 seconds of data.
8 seconds of data where he's actually not in melee range. This is interesting. I keep... Because when I'm Shadow, I think I typically have Shadow Word Pain on just center click. So I have these old... I should probably not just stand here waiting for that, huh? It's nice actually because when I'm doing my penance phase, I can actually do a full penance with this guy, whereas when we're doing the 3-packs, I can't do a full penance. I have to actually use just 2 of them and then interrupt it to get a flash heal off because 3 is just it's just not possible. I'd never get off a full penance. I do think that Flash Heal heals more than Penance. Like it heals faster than Penance. It's just that Penance is a more efficient heal.
Right.
Like you didn't even have a shield when I used that Penance, so I'm not gonna heal you anymore. I think you've got this. So just go ahead and blow cooldowns and use enraged regen and all that stuff.
Shield wall,
Yeah.
stand and ring and trinkets.
Oh shit! I just wasted a Penance on you.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Oh. This is actually a lot of fun.
This is hard.
Doing dungeons is because like later on, I think that it's just gonna get too easy, right? Like by the time we hit level 15, it'll be too easy. It's nice getting like this little bit of like ludicrously overpowered crap. Before we go back to business as usual, where we have to work to make our lives hard. Yeah, Penance is pretty decent. I mean, I'm hitting for like a good amount of damage with it. $900 EXP. Is that dagger a godlike upgrade for you?
In 1 level it is. It's a double DPS dagger.
Nice. And we can't get the quests for this dungeon either. I forgot about that. Okay, so the next pull is just a single Corrupted Reaver. He's not going to be terribly difficult, so I'm just going to pull him.
Alright.
And he's level 14, so that's good. I don't know why I did that. To the viewers at home, that did not just happen. Okay, so that was fun and exciting, so I'm going to go ahead and pull. make you work for it. These guys can cast a heroism, by the way. Or, sorry, a bloodlust. Sorry, I spontaneously turned into an alliance there. Okay, so they've bloodlusted themselves properly. A lot of times they'll actually both start casting it and they'll both cast it on the same target, which is nice. But yeah, the bloodlust is I think mostly an issue when they cast it on the Reaver guys. But like, aren't these guys so much easier than the
Yes.
like, not even comparable? I don't know why I just did that to myself, but you know. Glad to know that at least until you get Thunderclap, I'll be able to compete in the deeps. Ooh. That was a pretty hefty hit he got there. I like it. That was very risky, by the way, guys. He could have easily died there. But he didn't. And he can't hear what we're saying, so that's good. That chuckling that he did was certainly not in response to me saying that he easily could have died. So don't tell him that I delayed 3 seconds on waiting on my penance cooldown before starting to spam heals on him again. He doesn't need to know the kind of silly risks that we are not taking and would never take with his life, because his life is very valuable and he's very good at looting.
I like swords.
Welcome to Corneria, Ash.
I like swords.
I had to actually cancel a penance there. So this pack is reasonably similar to the whatchamacallit packs, the like dog packs, but not the little dogs, the big dogs, because the big dogs are less scary. Strangely enough. Alright, let's give you a heal. There we go. Well, we are almost to level 13. Okay, so there's a Corrupted Reaver and 2 Acolytes here. So I just won't heal you this fight. I think you'll be okay, right? Like without
I got it.
without me doing anything at all. I'll just go like AFK and you know we can eat some cookies or something.
Oh, bloodlust. Bye bye.
Who's got the bloodlust? It's just one of the acolytes. It's fine.
Oh, good.
Okay, 2 corrupted lava bursts coming in. Whoa, that was good timing. The Reaver's on me.
I got it. I get to use one of my 3 buttons every once in a while to taunt. It's the second time I've used it this dungeon.
Unless you count when you pull.
I used to tank when you didn't have AoE abilities. I know all about holding aggro without.
You have always had Thunderclap. It just doesn't actually do anything prior to the more recent times. Thunderclap was at release. It dealt like 2 damage and was extremely important because it put a debuff on the enemies that made it so that they hit you less hard. Or more accurately, hit your healer less hard because it was impossible to hold aggro over healers. It was not impossible to hold aggro over healers, but it was harder than you'd imagine. At the start of the fight, there was a lot of ping pong aggro in any fight that there was a lot of damage going out, because you can't actually generate enough threat to deal with the amount of healing aggro that's being generated.
You had to literally take advantage of the fact that taunt gave you a +1, so you would coordinate with other players for them to use a high aggro ability, and then you would taunt right for that, and then follow it up with a heroic strike. You did it all the time.
What he said.
Hey, that's a upgrade.
I should have hit need on that. Oh no, I shouldn't have. Oh my god, that would have been bad. I just realized that I'm still on a trial account, apparently, so even though I have paid my money. I paid them my blood money. I'm probably going to have to restart the client after I hit level 20 so that I can get experience. I guess you probably want a shield, huh?
Anything special?
Fuck it,
about
I'm
this
pulling.
guy? Here we go.
You're just too slow. He just spams nukes at you, and he will have a thing where you don't stand in the death.
Okay.
So he's really not too bad. So here comes the Shadow Storm, so just don't stand in the death. I don't know why I'm healing myself. That's not a spell I need to cast. You can just keep DPSing him. Why are you acting like a filthy coward? Just don't stand in the death. You can rotate around the boss so that you get to the right location. Did you get hit by his death move, by the way? Did you just get hit by the extremely slow projectile from the sky? Because
I don't think so.
if you did, then I'm going to cry.
I was well out of it. I don't think so. I think it was a melee hit.
If you say so. He has a shield and he has a lot of cool stuff. Like, he's got good equipment. I'm gonna get my smite off, and then we'll walk out. But, like, no damage comes out during this phase. So I guess the only thing that we have to be concerned about is him hitting you with a Twisted Elements and then a melee swing immediately. Because that is a combo that actually hits for 80% of your life. So aside from him being able to almost insta-gib you, we're fine. Aside from that, it's all good.
If you could just do this move the entire fight, that would be okay with me.
It would be nice. Because then I wouldn't have to throw any heals out. Waste my time healing on a Disc Priest. It's ridiculous. See, I even used a penance on you. Aren't I such a good and nice healer who always focuses completely on your well-being and doesn't at all get distracted by trying to deal DPS?
Yeah.
I say as I cast Smite. Alright, well, wait on that. There we go. Just gonna spam Smite. The one thing that is weird is that I really need to get used to the fact that I have to stand still to do shit again. Because on Korgrik, I'm always moving. And every now and then I'll take a step forward and then realize that I have to wait a quarter of a second to cast my heal. Because I have to be stopped to do that. It's a little strange. I do miss Renew. Renew was pretty badass, and not having Renew is going to be very sad for me. Because I think only Holy Priests get Renew now. Okay, well, I'm not going to heal you anymore, because he's dead. Ooh. But I was gonna say I should have needed on that shield, and just like as a joke, but then I realized that I can't give it to you, which would be bad.
You can just keep it.
Keep it for myself. It's fine. Alright, so this is the same Acolyte and Reaver pack.
Okay.
Need to recast this because you're a slow ass. Oops. I have a Reaver on me. Okay, we're fine.
I know.
We're fine. You've got your taunt macro thing back in.
It's an add-on. Jeez.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. You were never in any danger at all, and I certainly wasn't casting Shadow Word Pain.
I'm gonna put you on a focus target.
Just to see what I'm casting.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you that much, because... Oopsies. I accidentally healed you. But yeah, it's not going to help you that much, because my Shadow Word Pain is instant cast, so you won't be able to see when it happens.
Oh, what the hell?
You'll just see it apply. Huh?
You are neglecting your tank.
Actually, I have the attack pattern of these guys down pretty well, so you're not in any meaningful danger. I'm not, well, unless they crit you or something, in which case we'll find out an interesting fact about the world. But yeah, you'll be fine, don't worry. If you die, it will just be because I miscalculated, not because I'm doing something wrong.
Alright, Flame Caller and 2 Reavers again.
This is different than the other ones because the Flame Caller is a nuker. So I'm gonna... He's gonna create a death field on the ground. I should have just let that go through. Ouch. Okay, he's creating a death field on the map, I think. No, he isn't. Fine. Oh, can you see target of target?
Yes.
With your focus thing?
Oh no, not who you're targeting.
Okay, good. Good. I'm happy to hear that you can't see who I'm targeting it.
That doesn't mean anything. I never had to target anybody when I was on the Paladin. I said mouse over macros.
I don't do mouse over stuff. That's not what I do. I should do some mouse over macro stuff.
It's so easy. You can primary like DPS target while you heal. Doing that, never have switch targets.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
They're really easy to set up. Too.
Oh, if I recall correctly, the reason that I never use them is because I use mouse keybinds.
Oh.
I can hear when your HP goes low. It's so hilarious.
Watch, man.
The sharp intake of breath as you get down to like 5% life. But I calculated that you'd be down to 5% life and not any lower than that. You're fine, don't worry. See, like,
Okay.
I'm going to get a powered shield and then hit him with the Reaver, and then I'm going to go ahead and penance you because I need to start paying attention to my mana.
Our DPS is going to like go up by like 25% in like 2 seconds when this pack dies. I'll get that dagger.
Oh, nice. Wait, you can't equip weapons in combat?
I'm not 13 yet. You are, but I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were ahead of me. Alright, well, let's kill
No. You're ahead of me because you're a hacker.
True. That is 100% true. And drink. I'm gonna go ahead and Power Word Shield myself because I was trying to cast Shadow Word Pain on a Reaver and I don't know my hotkeys. I'm sure that makes you feel really good, right? That your healer doesn't actually know their hotkeys. But
Alright, now I got a dagger and a cloak.
so
Good level.
I figured out the reason it is that I've never used those things. It's because they don't handle keybinds that are on your mouse very effectively. If I press forward click, which is my hotkey, the game thinks that I'm clicking on the UI for some reason. Even though it doesn't select someone as if I was left clicking, it still treats it differently than it does if I used, say, 4. And all of my hotkeys are set to my mouse. So that's why. Because I can't actually use them without completely changing the way that I do stuff. So you can actually take 0 damage this fight, so you should go ahead and try that. Because I'm not going to heal you. Okay, so maybe someone other than you should try to not get taking damage, because, whoops. Apparently this guy just sort of swaps targets periodically.
Just be moving all the time.
Okay, so he's casting on me. Okay, good. So we can at least tell when he switches targets. Okay, he's behind. As long as he's willing to just keep beating on you. God damn it. Hold aggro, you damn noob!
I have tons of aggro on him. He just switches.
This boss does not actually have an aggro table. It is so tempting to give you like a limited HP pool for this encounter. Just say, I'm not gonna heal you at all. What the hell? He pulled some bullshit there. Okay, well. Usually this guy shoots wherever it is that he was targeting. Or wherever you were standing when he starts the cast, but every now and then he hits where you ended the cast at, so he is a little bastard. So let's see where he launches that. Launched it over there. I'm like wanting to test where he's gonna launch these. Like, okay, I'm gonna move at halfway point. Where is he casting it? Okay, he cast it at the end of the thing. But sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he targets the place that you were at the start. It's weird. Anyway. We are going to shoot him over and over again. What time will be Ivy? I don't know. It depends. Are you hungry? Oh no, I don't. I'm having way too much fun to do. Okay. I got Fireworn robes, so am I allowed to equip this?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So let's see what kind of an impact this has. So this gives me an extra 30 some HP, like 33 HP on Power Word Shield, and that's all I care about. So why haven't you pulled yet? By the way, abusing Ash is it's all in good fun. It's just how we work. He does not take it seriously. Oh shit. God damn it. That's a problem. I need an instant cast heal, man, because this guy actually just cast the flame call thing on me, which meant that I had to move. I guess I probably could have just eaten it, right? Like if I needed to not let you die. Yeah, I think we're fine. I guess honestly, I don't. Mouse over macros are kind of meh for me anyway, just because I tend to like having my mouse elsewhere. I have really bad mouse control, so using the mouse as my primary, like targeting input just doesn't seem like a good thing for me. I'm just gonna heal you, and if anyone else needs heals, then they're just screwed because I don't have a macro to target them. That's just
We're just two, man.
Well, if you hold aggro, then no one else will take damage. That's how it works. That's how it works. But at some point, I will need to figure out how on earth you are supposed to do that stuff. We are almost done with this dungeon.
Level 12/13. RFC.
Okay, you're gonna take a lot of damage, so don't worry, you're fine.
I trust you.
I trust you. I really wish I had shield wall.
Famous last words. Oh, fire is bad.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do not stand in the death. So if anyone ever tells you don't stand in the death, that's what they mean. You just walk away from the thing that's fiery death that's going to spawn beneath you and murder you. And...
I overtook you in damage with this dagger.
Nice.
And the cloak. +4 strength, man.
I've also been using a lot less penance because these guys actually are hitting pretty hard. So I've been.
Don't you take this away from me.
Don't you dare take this away from me.
Alright, what's this guy do?
He uses an AoE like on himself stun. Just point him away from me, and we should be fine.
Okay.
And I think that's it. I think he only has the one mechanic, actually. I didn't notice any others. He might have a Mortal Strike thing.
It says Seismic Slam. He also does a Ground Rupture, and he enrages himself at 30% health.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Let's go die horribly! Oh, what the hell is that?
Ground Rupture. It knocks you up in the air and does some damage. Oh, well, that dealt a bit of damage. Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, you bastard! I have to actually, like, heal myself. This is some bullcrap. Okay. I don't think you can dodge that Ground Rupture. You can check, but I don't think it's dodgeable. I was trying to do it on the last time I came in here, but I don't think it's dodgeable. So tell me if you manage to dodge it, and then we'll know that I'm just a noob.
No, it's not dodgeable.
There. Good, because I'd feel really embarrassed if it was dodgeable, because I tried several times. Though, I was thinking it was a cone in front of him because I was in melee range with him. I didn't realize how it was, so I might have been trying to dodge it wrong. But either way, I'm glad that... I thought it was like the tiniest cone ever. That's basically what I thought it was. Alright, well, this is going fine. Gonna throw a heal at you, gonna throw a shield on you, I'm gonna do this, and then you're gonna get hit by that, and that thing didn't even remove your thing. I'm gonna cast a smite, you didn't see that happen. Penance! Don't worry, Ash, I'm healing you! With penance! Okay, so now comes the point where he enrages, and we stop using penance. But we keep using...
Don't worry, I'll use shield while... Oh, wait.
What kind
I'll
of
just be
crappy-ass enrage is this?
Stabbing him with my dagger.
He attacks 30 for... Okay, well, I mean, it's not...
Oh.
It's not a terrible enrage, but, I mean... You know, 5 out of 10 could do better. I'm healing myself, just so you know. Okay, good. You know, you just gotta heal yourself sometimes. It's just one of those things. Even if you're at full life, you just gotta make sure that you stay that way. You know how it is, right?
You did it.
I just hit level 14.
Ooh, that's a nice sword.
That is a nice sword. Ooh, and it reduces enemy attack power.
That's gonna be huge.
It is going to be huge. 10 attack power is a lot of attack power. And now, because we didn't queue into this, we have to walk all the way back to the entrance. But you're about to hit Thunderclap, right? You need like 1,000 more experience or so?
Yeah, pretty soon.
Let's see. We can clear out the rest of the guys over here. Because I'd like to get Thunderclap as soon as possible when we're dealing with the assholes. And these guys are easier than the things were at the entrance. You're fine. Don't worry.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You are fine, sir. Don't worry. That penance healed you up right away. It might have looked like that penance was hitting one of the enemies and not you. But that's just silly. That's not what was going on there. You were fine the whole time. Oops. You are going to be fine forever. It's all good. See that? That's you getting healed by a penance.
I'm crippling all my enemies right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be making a difference at all, but I'm doing it anyways.
Is that sword actually better than the dagger was?
Yeah, slightly.
There. Don't stand in the death. Oh, and of course, it should be noted to everyone watching that if he does stand in the death, I am going to let him die on principle. I will stop healing him for the rest of the fight.
Naturally.
Because that's the... Do you remember that guy in EverQuest who refused to heal anybody who took aggro from the tank? Like, at all?
Yes.
And he would just not heal them.
He was adamant about it.
And then he would just like wait for them to die, and then he would res them when they died and act like he had the moral high ground. Oh, we've got a thing over here. God, that was terrible. How is it that we both managed to remember all the same events? Did nothing else interesting happen in our lives? Like, were our lives so uninteresting that we remember all these really interesting things, but those are literally the only interesting things that happened? Okay, so it looks like that penance is hitting someone else. Don't worry, it's hitting you and giving you some nice, delicious healing.
Yeah,
Shit. Okay. It is really like you're getting stressed every time you go low on HP, but I kind of know whether you're gonna die or not. But like I'm getting really stressed whenever this thing uses the AoE underneath me because all of a sudden I'm no longer in control of whether you die. That's probably why you're freaking out so much, is because you're used to having control over whether you die or not. You're just kind of standing there going, oh, well, I hope that I get a heal that should be coming, theoretically, maybe, huh? Right?
No,
It's like,
I'm used to knowing that I will never die no matter what I do. I don't need a healer for most of the content I do.
so no matter what they do, not no matter what you do.
I just bring other people along just for fun and to speed things up a little bit.
No, screw it. I'm not going to heal you anymore. You have Victory Rush. Oh, you wasted it, so...
I-
You better hope that...
It's the damage it
You
brings.
better hope that you can survive.
I got this. He's dead.
I'm healing you. Not taking the risk that he's going to Mortal Strike you and then you don't get
I
your
got
experience.
fucking
Woot. Okay, so we can now clear this dungeon in roughly a quarter of the time that it took the first time.
Yeah, right.
And then we can queue for dungeons and get this dungeon again and kill it about as fast as we do it with the two of us. And that'll be exciting. I have a lot of mana. I have 1260 max mana. And I only have 506 max. Do we have the same max HP again?
We do. We're tied up.
You know, I'm worried about this whole tanking issue because you seem to be a little weak. Maybe if you wore armor that did not leave your spinal cord exposed and all of your joints exposed, you might have a slightly easier time. See, if you look at the undead
man,
models,
I agree. They're idiots.
I can't see your back, unfortunately, but trust me, his spine is exposed, and so are his
My spine
joints.
is protected by a very flimsy cape.
Yeah. And it's actually protected by your shield right now, but as soon as you get into combat, you'll be unprotected again.
Hey, there's my spine.
Yep. It's actually really hard to see from this while I'm running behind you and stuff. It's fine, though. I'm sure that anyone who wanted to look up your cloak got a good look. Okay, so once we get out, we can reset the instance. And then we can never do questing again. How does that sound?
Yeah. We should call it a night, Ark. I gotta get to sleep. I have to work in 6 hours.
Okay, sounds good.
But we should camp here and do that one more time, and then we'll get other people to just speed things up a little bit.
Yeah. And, you know, the people with the whatchamacallits will actually speed things up substantially because they'll hit so damn hard. You know, when they actually make it to the fight. Yeah. So that will be good. And that will be exciting. So then next time we'll just sort of like plow through the levels. So next time we should probably hit level 30. And then, or 40, you know, depends on how we feel.
We'll get 30 at least if we just chain dungeons. It's
Yeah,
fast.
it's very, very fast chaining dungeons. So I will see you next time. And there will be much death. Only some of it yours, I'm sure.
Probably not as much, I think.
No,
At this point.
they're not going to have too much death from this point onward. Alright, I will talk to you later, dude, and we will slay all who dare to oppose us.
Indeed, I'll hit you up when I get off work tomorrow night.
Alright, bye. Okay, and that's going to be it for this stream. I hope you found our banter enjoyable. I'm trying out something different. A friend suggested that we should do multiple types of content, and I said, you know, whatever. I'll just stream when I normally wouldn't be streaming. Normally I'd do something like this off stream. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.